Yes, people. We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another edition of the Manchester United Liverpool show. It is the Mandem United podcast meets the analysis at Anfield podcast. So please keep all your comments, all your questions, Manchester United or Liverpool related. Liverpool yesterday knocked out of the Europa League to Atalanta. So we'll be discussing that. Manchester United faced Coventry City in the FA Cup semi-final on Sunday. Liverpool look to chase the only trophy left that they can. Obviously, they were Carabao Cup winners, so they look to make it a double. So they're looking to bounce back, traveling to Fulham also on Sunday. But first and foremost, make sure you hit the like button on the video. Whether you're watching this live right now or watching this back after the live, hit the like button on the video. Please share this across all the socials. You can see it on the screen right there at That's Me Flawless, at Sarcasm City TV, on Twitter /X. But we still call it Twitter, but X for those that maybe do. Instagram, make sure you share it also on there. And please subscribe to the channel Sarcasm City TV as well. And when you subscribe, make sure you hit the notification bell, people. And of course, I'm not here, you know what I'm saying, to represent Liverpool. I'm just here, you know, representing Manchester United. But I got my Dons in the building. You'd be pleased to know one of them's not Ryan. So we got G in the building. We got Tom Little in the building. Yes, my Dons. What you man telling me?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. She's on mute. She's just done all that on mute.
These times I was telling Flawless that I had £1 million for him, but obviously now because I was on mute.
Obviously, I know, man. £1 million gone, man. You know what I'm saying?
Sorry, bro. Sorry.
I'm
Crazy.
shocked
Man,
by
I'm
an
feeling
eight.
16 out of 10.
Honestly, I'm shocked
Feeling
by an
16
8 now. That man DM'd me today at where did he DM me?
Go on. What did he DM you? Go on, this gonna be good.
6:37. Get yourself on the stream tonight on Sarcasm City. You deserve to be cooked. Where's the man? Where's the man?
Who knows? Who knows? Where
Why?
he's at?
What did you say for him to say that?
Basically, I've angered a lot of Liverpool fans today by asking if everyone's so desperate to sell Salah this summer because he's 31.
Yeah.
What do we do about the 33-year-old Virgil van Dijk?
Oh yeah, I saw the tweet. Yeah, I saw it.
And see, Tom, even though you support Liverpool, this is why I like you, because you ask the uncomfortable questions. And you know what's crazy? If I ask that same question, I would get accused of, you know what I'm saying, being trying to conspire to make people answer uncomfortable questions and all this rubbish. But yeah.
I mean, I only done it because I wanted to defend Salah and say everyone wants to keep Van Dijk for certain reasons, but we want to get rid of Salah but for the same reasons. Don't add up. But people on Twitter, I realised today, you have to put everything in the same tweet, because if you put your reasoning in the tweet below, they don't read the reasoning; they just read the initial tweet.
Oh, no. People don't want to comprehend. And that's why I say this to everyone. Twitter is not the place to have actual footballing debates and go back and forth, because there's not enough characters. And Tom, you said it there. I know anything you tweet, whether I agree or disagree with it, you're going to have reasoning behind it. But people don't on Twitter don't reply to comprehend what you said. They reply to criticize and disagree. That's what most people are there for, is that I disagree with that point. Like, that's what it is. Because if they agree with it, 9 out of 10 people, 16 out of 10 times, are just gonna keep it moving. Like, that's what they're gonna do. Like, that's just it. That's why I just run jokes on that. Because like, you're not really trying to have a debate and actually understand where I'm coming from with whatever we're talking about. Like you said, with the Salah situation, whether you think Salah should be sold or you don't. Once people pick a side, it's like, all right, that's the side I'm picking, type of thing. But before we get into all of that, like I said, big up to everyone in the chat, always supporting. Make sure you subscribe to G's channel, GTV. Make sure you subscribe to Tom's channel as well. I'm going to add both links into the title. G's channel is underneath in the description. Make sure you subscribe to Tom's as well, though. Big up to Jesse, Taha, I see you as well. Big up how my 16 out of 10 is already in there. Gaming for life. Appreciate it. 11K subscriber party coming up soon. Big up Hassam. If Ryan does turn up, I got you, Hassam, as well. But what's good? Big up to Charlie. I don't know what's cringe, but you're here early, so we move. But yeah, big up to you. Clearly, you subscribed to say that. So really appreciate it. But you know what, Tom? Let's kick it off there. Mohamed Salah, because he seems to be the hottest topic of conversation before we get to the Atlanta game. Do you think he should be sold? Do you think you should keep him? Where do you stand on it?
I think you should keep him. I don't think there's... He's 32, okay. But he's still performing at the top level. He's had 5 poor games due to due to being rushed back from an injury that we had to pull him back from, and he's not been great in them 5 games. But people, this is something that I think a lot of fans are, flawed with. They forget the first 8 months of a season when there's a couple of bad games. Up until Mohamed Salah had to go to AFCON, who's the top scorer in the league? Mohamed Salah. Do you know who's the top assister in the league? Mohamed Salah. Do you know who's the favourite for Premier League Player of the Year? Mohamed Salah. Do you know he'd done his first game back, despite not being 100% fit, and he eventually got injured in that game again because he wasn't fit. He got a goal and an assist and won us the game. Next game back, it was against Sparta Prague in the Europa League. That was his next start back. He had a couple sub appearances, but his next start back, Sparta Prague in the Europa League, 3 goals, 1 assist. In that time as well, he's also got goals against Brighton, goals against United. Has he played well? No. Has anyone really played well for Liverpool in this run? No. So we can't use the form argument when no one has played well. It's not like he's standing out because he's the only bad one. If anything, he's standing out because he's the only one scoring goals despite playing bad. So I don't get this argument of trying to sell Mo Salah. You are not going to be able to replace him with one player. You get 100 million quid. That's barely going to replace him because you got to replace Mo Salah in aggregate. You ain't buying one player who does what he does. You got to buy one player to do the scoring, one player to do the creating, and another to do both, and hope that all 3 of them hit at the same time to make up the deficit of what Mohamed Salah is producing. Mohamed Salah was on for one of his best ever seasons before AFCON. I hate AFCON because every single time it fucking ruins his all-times. He has all-timer seasons the moment there's an AFCON in the middle of it. It's so inconsiderate from him because 21-22, all-timer, goes to AFCON, then comes back, goose, doesn't score many more goals. This season, 14 goals and 7 assists I think he was on after 19, 20 games. All-timer season, goes AFCON, gets injured. We missed 3 months of him. And now it's still a good season, but it's not. It could have been an all-time a great season sort of thing. That's what annoys me. But the idea that we should just let him go is mental to me because everyone goes, "Oh, Michael Edwards is back. He doesn't like players over 30." He was the one giving 34-year-old Milner new deals because the numbers weren't declining. He doesn't just see someone turn 30 and then go, "Oh, you're useless now." Do you think if Michael Edwards had Lionel Messi the moment he turned 30 and he was still producing 70 goals a season, he goes, too old for me now, mate, I'm sorry. No, he sells them when their numbers are declining. That is what he does. Hence why certain players who were over 30 get new contracts. Hence why everyone, and I mean everyone, understands that in the summer, Virgil van Dijk is going to get a new contract because his numbers are elite.
Yeah, his performance is warrant a new deal because he's played well. Yeah, I get that point.
It blows my mind that how some people think, honestly. It blows my mind.
But it's before we continue, let me just get to a couple of things as well. To Desi, who says, "Yo, Flawless, where's the 16 out of 10 merch, bro? I need that." I have got you, my guy. Link is in the pinned comment. 16 out of 10 t-shirts are available, people. sarcasmcitytv.myshopify.com. That is sarcasmcitytv.myshopify.com. 2 different designs, 4 different colors, all available at a phenomenal price, people, for a limited time only of £16, 10 pence. The link is in the pinned comment. All the information is on the website. Worldwide shipping will be available Monday, the 22nd of April. We are now shipping just solely in the UK from today, people. So like I said, get your orders in, and any issues, any queries, all of the information is on the site, my guy. So I've got you. But yeah, people, and when I say worldwide, we will be shipping everywhere. And for those that maybe are like, "Yo, what is this whole 16 out of 10 thing? What is going on?" And shout out to Tom Little, because he was the one who initially added the crickets to the original. But yeah, just for those that are unsure.
By the way, can I just say, the 2 girls below us are looking 16 out of 10s today, both of them.
Right, big up the panel. So yeah, again, people, just to clarify, link for the 16 out of 10 t-shirts are available in the linked comment. sarcasmcitytv.myshopify.com. But yeah, over to you, back to the show.
Though, it is a bit of a shame though with that. It is a bit of a shame that the The first one that you showed me, that one's sort of been pushed to the wayside because of how big 16 out of 10's got. That one was so funny though. The first one.
The second single. Once this dies down just a little bit, then we'll go to that, and then we got more clips around. There's more people. Don't worry. We got ample, but we're just gonna run that 16 out of 10 one for a strong because it's not dying. Even I thought it might die down a little bit. Nope. People still mention it. No matter hey Ryan, because of you, I can't escape it. No matter what I tweet, what I post, people put.
It's actually true. I'm seeing it in random places on Twitter from people who I don't even know, and I'm like, why am I seeing 16 out of 10 here? Like of all places, but it is what it is.
Like, and even when I tweet non-football and stuff or non-Instagram, I could be like, all right, yeah, I'm having dinner, and people will be like, yeah, was the meal 16 out of 10? That's what it's like. I get met every day, Ryan. Check my ads, people. Anything I post, even someone Rudiger. Like there was one of them major football accounts is like Rudiger season out of 10, and someone put surely a 16 out of 10 and added me. This is what I'm talking about. This Rudiger plays for Real Madrid. That ain't nothing to do with me, but salute to them. But yeah, over to you, G. Salah, where do you stand on the whole Salah situation? Because Tom made some great points, and yeah, it is a very big talking point.
I'm with Tom, man. Salah's my guy. Everyone knows. You know what I mean? Like he's the best Liverpool attacker that we have. So how do you without being disrespectful, man? I don't trust any of the other guys. So I'd rather keep the guy that I can at least trust to get me the goals, get me the assists. Until he showed me that he can't do it anymore, you keep him. Even trying to entertain the conversation. I just don't really. I'd sell everyone else before I even get to him. You can't sell the best one, not until he gets to a position where. Okay, obviously, listen, I'm not stupid. There might come a time where we may sit here and it's like, okay, the money is too good, etc., etc. I'm good with that. But when we're in a situation right now where it's like, why would you sell your best attacker and the guys that you've got left are not that good? Well, they're not seemingly that good. Yeah, so let me not be disrespectful, but they're not seemingly that good at this current moment in time. No. So I can't sit here and start saying, oh, yeah, you know what? Let's just keep the rest of them. So show me another attacker, get me another one. Maybe there's more on the horizon. I don't know, boy. But right now, nah, I'm not really trying to sell Salah. Unless you're saying you sell Salah, and you're going to get in like a bagsman, like a real someone that we can all sit here and be like, yeah, that's the guy. That's the one. Whoever that is, I don't know whoever name you want to throw out there.
Yeah, that guy. Or someone of that caliber.
They have to be near enough. You know what I mean? Or you're saying, I almost feel like if you sell Salah, you have to sell someone else as well. Like, I almost feel like you can't even just sell Salah and say, oh, I'll just keep these guys. I feel like you need to sell like two of them and then get in just two crazy.
You're saying just get more, yeah. I get what you're saying.
You know what I mean? Like it's just obviously more mad. Like
because you said before you wrote all up because it's horrendous.
Yeah, because you said there, G, that like you wouldn't sell Salah because you're looking at the other attackers and you don't trust these guys. And speaking of guys we don't trust, Ryan's in the building. Yes, family. What are you telling me? What are you saying, fam? Bless.
I didn't see the point of that personally.
Hey, speaking of not seeing the point of things, still don't get this story.
By the way, can I just say the two girls below us are looking 16 out of 10s today, both of them.
Right, big up the panel. But over to you, Ryan, man. Where do you stand on the whole Salah situation, my friend?
I just think it's the end of the road, isn't it? I think he's had a great run with the club. I just feel like he's declining. I think you just lying to yourself if you can't see he's declining, because he quite clearly is physically as well. Like he lost his pace a while ago, to be honest. Obviously, we all know how big a part of his game his pace was at the end of the day. But that has gone now. Like, he's not quick anymore. And look, that's not the only thing. For me, he just goes missing in too many games as well. Like, you barely notice him in certain games. Like, sometimes it's like playing with 10 men at the moment, like, with him. And I just feel he's not going to get any better at his age. He's not going to get any better at the end of the day. And I just feel like Saudi will 100% come in for a bid in the summer, And I just feel like we should just take it and use that money to for the new manager at the end of the day, because Salah, I just don't think he's anywhere near as effective as what he was at the end of the day. That's just me, innit? Like, I just, last few games in particular, he's just contributed barely anything, in my opinion. Like, I don't know why Tom's doing that. Like,
you mentioned the last two games, Ryan. Who the fuck has done anything in the last few games?
But that okay, fine. I understand that. But he's supposed to be our main player. He's supposed to be the talisman. He's the highest paid player. He's supposed to be the guy.
You can't do
he's
it
not
on his
doing
own.
anything. Oh, come on. Bro, he's supposed to be the guy, man. Come on, he can still do better than what he is doing.
You sat there yesterday. You sat there yesterday and messaged me. You sat there yesterday and messaged me going, our midfield is shit. What does Szoboszlai do? Curtis Jones is just a squad player. So if the midfield is broken, how's the ball supposed to get to Salah to do anything with it?
He can still do way more, bro. Like, come on, man. He can still do way more. Like, the way he loses the ball at times, it's just ridiculous, man. Like, it's just ridiculous. He gets dispossessed so easily, bro.
We're going into a summer of complete overhaul. The biggest change this football club has had for 9 years, and you want to sell the only consistent forward this club has and do what with the money? Who are you buying to replace Salah?
Bro, look. Right.
You ain't got no answer.
You have to remember, Mo Salah isn't what he was. He's not what he was.
You told me this already, Ryan.
Look.
Who are you buying to replace him?
Salah's damning, bro.
That's down to the scouting department, innit? I'm just saying that's down to the scouting department. But no one can tell me Mo Salah is anywhere near as effective as what he was, and like I said, he's not going to get any better. He's just going to keep declining, bro. No, he's not going to get any better, bro. Like, let's be real. Bro, he's like...
I don't need him to get better. He's already the best right winger in the world. Let's bear in mind as well. Well, it's looking like Amarim's going to come in. I'll touch on your fucking new Tuchel thing later, but it's looking like Amarim's going to come in. Amarim plays with a narrow front three. Therefore, Salah gets to go more central, where he's got less running to do. Therefore, less of a physical need, more of a focus on him getting in and around the box, using his creativity and his goal scoring. Therefore, the physical decline becomes less relevant, and the fact that he still creates the most chances in the Premier League, scores pretty much the most goals in the Premier League, year in, year out. Those numbers ain't declined this season.
He's not done anything since November. Like, let's be real with ourselves.
Literally told you earlier, he got 12 goals and assists from that run. He got 12 goals and assists in that run. No other player for us got more. No other player for us in that time frame got more goals or assists. He single-handedly won us 10 points. Without Mo Salah, in November, December, that was what he did. If you want to go a whole season, God knows how many points that man's won us. We would be in the fucking doldrums without that man.
Well, I mean,
the
season was excellent. But
before you Tom reply and before you even go here, how about forget whether sell him, keep him, whatever. Do you trust the other forwards?
No, I don't trust them.
So
but
why
at the
would
moment, I don't even trust Salah? So what's the point? Like,
okay, no. Okay, so we'll touch on that. You don't even trust Salah at this point. Do you trust Salah more than you trust the rest of the forwards?
At the moment, I don't trust
any just in general.
Like, I literally don't trust any one of them at the moment. I don't even trust Jota at the moment because he'll just get injured next game at some point. So he's unreliable in that aspect.
Okay, let's just say everybody was fit for the next season and we start the season and say we've got all of them. In terms of your own pecking order, who would you trust to be able to get you the goals and assists next season? If they were all there and they're all fit.
And before you answer that, Ryan, because we're gonna get to that as well. Hey, speaking of a forward line not missing, show's getting even better. Talk about a 40-goal a season guy with ease. My Don Lex is in the building. Yes, family. We saying you good? Yeah, man. Go. Yeah, big up Lex every time. Go on, Ryan. Respond to G's question.
Look, over a season, Salah would get more goals and assists than all of them. I admit that he would. But I don't think he gets enough and is effective enough over a whole season to help us win a league or anything. I don't think he's at that level anymore, bro. Like, bro, if you just watch him since November, if you watch his overall performances, they're so stinky, man. Like, genuinely.
Ryan, I 100% agree with you. Salah has stunk the place for about 2 seasons. But guess what? I don't trust none of them guys. Like absolutely none of them. So I would rather go the guy I actually just trust than the rest of them players. I don't want to use, derogatory words, but they are not good enough. So why would I sit here and be like, right, you know what? Sell Salah, keep Diaz, keep Nunes, keep Gakpo, keep Jota, who you just said isn't going to remain fit. So you're left with Diaz, Gakpo, and Nunes for the majority of a season. And you think they're going to lead us to a title? Come on, man. Like,
I don't even think Salah can lead us to a title anymore, bro. I really don't. I don't think he can do that anymore anyway.
As we, well, not as you admitted, as we all established, you'd at least trust him to do it over anyone else at the bare minimum. But
that's not saying anything because the bar's low, bro. The bar's low with these Nunes guys and everyone like that. The bar's low with them, innit?
But you're then trying to lower it even more by selling the guy. So I'm like, unless you've got a replacement in mind, then fair enough. But you're lowering it even more. What's the saying? Cut off the what's it? Cut
off the nose to spite your face.
That's exactly what you're doing. And I'm just like, that doesn't even make sense because it's like when everyone keeps saying sell Salah, I'm like, okay, I hear it. Show me your solution. Show me like, or tell me, is there like a next? If there's a next step and you're saying, we're getting this guy and then we're gonna get this guy and we're gonna play this way, we're gonna do that. Fairs, you know what I mean? I can kind of understand. But when I'm asking about the rest of these guys, I'm like, you gotta realize these guys. It would be one of their best seasons outside of Nunes, who had one season, in Portugal, by the way. Outside of that, it would be their best season if these guys even touched 20 goals. I'm saying 20 goals, bro. Like that, no one looks at 20 goals and gets excited. Ain't nobody care about no 20 goals. That's what we're gonna need to literally replace. So that's why I'm like, is it realistic that you're gonna find someone? Or everyone keeps saying you share the goals out. I'm like, I don't feel like it works like that in all cases where you just say, yeah, we'll just share.
I agree with that part.
So that and this is what I'm saying. I'm not even disagreeing with. I'm not even saying what you're saying is nonsense because I hear bare people say it. I'm just trying to think in my head. All right. So do you trust the rest of the guys? Because I don't trust them over the course of a season to consistently score enough goals to get us to wherever we need to be. Kind of wherever that is, league title.
You can't just Diaz in front of goal anyway. You go to the big games this season. Go to the big games that Mo Salah's missed this season. Man City at home, massive chances that if they'd have fell to him, probably would have scored.
He came on the pitch and didn't do anything really either, though.
Oh, but he didn't do anything, but he did create that big chance that Diaz ran and spanned wide. You played that pass. You played the pass to create the best chance of the game. I can't.
Tom got a point still.
I can't remember.
Tom got a point. He has to
It's almost like as well. You know what? It's almost like as well. That was his third appearance of 2024. It was his third appearance, and it was off the back of a
before Salah came back in the team. Just saying.
Oh my god! Once again,
so was the form good? Right, Ryan. Why are you saying the form was good before Salah? Before Salah came back into the side, is what you're saying? I'm asking.
Yeah, our form was class before he came into the side, back in the side.
Ryan, how many games?
Also not there. So are we saying?
How long was it? How long was it? Salah?
Yeah, how long was it?
So he played the first league game of 2024.
I know the numbers.
Newcastle.
I know the numbers.
Then
yeah, Tom's the guy for this still. I should have just asked you. Yeah, go on. So how many games?
Six league games he missed.
So that's really that's a month and a little bit. So that's not really.
And the games that he missed.
We also won a
trophy. Who were the games against? That ties into it. Who were the games?
The games that we missed were. Where is it? So I had this debate with Ryan earlier because I said Van Dijk at the start of the season was probably our player of the year up until January. And he went, no, it was Van Dijk. Where would we be without Van Dijk? And then it all stemmed from this. The games that Salah missed were Bournemouth away, Chelsea at home, Arsenal away, Burnley at home, Luton at home, Forest away.
Yeah, so outside of Arsenal, they're not really tough.
Every single one of them, when we played them, bar Arsenal, were in the bottom half of the table.
By the way, Bournemouth were the most informed team when we played them in the league, by the way.
Hey, at one point, Ryan, I hear you. They took that from us. At one point, we were the most informed team in the league. You don't get credit,
bro. You don't get
Ryan. I remember this specifically because I was shamelessly running with it. But for Bournemouth, because we played Bournemouth around that time, we was the informed team in the league. And then Bournemouth took it over. And then I was running around saying we're the most informed team in the league in the top half. Because to Tom's point, Bournemouth were in the bottom of the table. Like, I remember this vividly. Because this is how just bad it was. But this ain't about Manchester United. So just to clarify, you don't get credit. You don't get credit for like that for beating Bournemouth on Sunday.
You know, fine, Ryan. You can have your Bournemouths. How do you explain the fact that Burnley, Forest and Luton were all in the relegation zone when we played them?
He's got nothing. Let me go to Lex.
Hey, we just played Crystal Palace in 15th and lost to them at home with him in the team.
No. But to his point, Tom's point, you did play Burnley, Luton, and Sheffield United. Probably the 3 teams who are going to go down. So you're playing Championship.
Yeah, and we just played
if we go back to your point about where would we be
without the manager,
because I can be shameless, Ryan.
With him in the team.
I can be shameless. I can be a shameless motherfucker. If you want to do this, Ryan, let's go back to your guy Van Dijk, who I like. But Van Dijk missed 3 games for us in the league this year. So Van Dijk, Salah missed 6. Van Dijk
That's
missed
a smaller
3.
sample size, though.
Yeah, but do you want to know the games that Van Dijk missed?
It's a small sample size.
Do you want to know the games that Van Dijk missed? Do you want to know the games that Van Dijk missed?
I know you know.
He missed 70 minutes of the Newcastle game.
Mm-hmm.
He then went and missed Aston Villa, and then he missed Wolves. Wolves away.
We got cooked away to
got
Wolves,
some really good results this season.
We got cooked
Villa,
in that first half.
Oh my God, we got cooked in the first. Oh my God, Ryan, the games end after 45 minutes. Oh my God,
we should have been about 2 or 3
down at half time. That's been a theme. No, but that's been a theme of
we've been
Liverpool
cooked in the
season.
first 45 with Van Dijk.
Yeah, you've been cooked a lot of the times. Like I said that on G's channel earlier when it was like we were talking about the Wolves game because we were trying to clarify something. And I said, weren't you 1-0 down in the game? And then these men started laughing and said, when are we not 1-0 down? I was like, that's
So without Salah, Liverpool played 6 games, won 5 and lost 1. Without Van Dijk, Liverpool played 3 games, won 3. And the 3 games that we played without Van Dijk were collectively tougher than the 6 we played without Salah. So what does that suggest?
Right.
Hey, Ryan, before you continue, hold up, Ryan, hold up. Hey, are you not entertained? There's over 60 people watching right now. I need you lot to stop right there. Hit the like button on the video. Continue to share this across all the socials. Subscribe to the channel Sarcasm City TV. It is road to 12K people. Big up to Nadal for the super chat. Much appreciated. He says, big up friends. Do you see Mo playing soft, meaning too worried to be injured? He's giving up the challenges so easily. Just saying. Lex, you know what? We'll go to you on that because we even. Obviously, we'll get your thoughts on the whole Salah
I didn't
thing.
finish. I just wanted to make one quick point.
Go on, make your point.
One of those games that Salah missed was Arsenal away. Like if Van Dijk misses that game, we'd have lost anyway. If that run was in that,
Van Dijk fucking scored there. Van Dijk scored their winner practically.
Did he not make a mistake in that game?
Van Dijk scored their winner.
Lost without him.
Did he? Was that the FA Cup? Oh no, you beat them in the FA Cup.
No,
the FA Cup. In the FA Cup, we beat them without Van Dijk.
We got cooked in that FA Cup game. We got so lucky
in the FA Cup game. In the FA Cup, we beat them without Van Dijk.
We were the luckiest team on earth in that game, bro. They had Kai Havertz up front missing about 3.
Where we not cooked? Where we not cooked in the league as well? Did we not get cooked in the league as well?
We got cooked in both, bro. But let's not use the FA Cup as a point.
I didn't use it as a point. I'm just pointing it out. Did Van Dijk not make a mistake in the league game? That's all I said. That's all I'm asking. I can't remember which one it was.
If he hadn't played as well, we would have also lost anyway. Like.
All right. Anyway, let me get to the super.
You were never winning that game.
Let me get to the super chat, Ryan. Let me get to the super chat. Lex, do you think Salah's playing different? That's why he's pointing out challenges, as Nadal says in this super chat.
To be honest with you, I just think it's just a case of in the squad there's a big lack of chemistry, a big lack and a big change that has affected Salah over time negatively. Because before Salah used to have players that would pass him the ball more, try to seek him out more, like Firmino, like Salah, like these players. But no, it's not the cohesion is not the same. It's very different. It's more of a every man for themselves type of thing, you get me? Where Diaz looking out for himself, Nunes looking out for himself, all these players looking out for himself, Szoboszlai just spamming shots, Gakpo spamming shots, all these men just trying to get some form of form, which they've just been off. So it's just a case where I just think the whole team is suffering from everyone just not being a cohesive unit. You get me?
Yeah, I hear you.
So that's a part of it. Also, too. Yeah, Salah is in a different form at the moment, which is pretty obvious to see. I don't necessarily think we should get rid of him. We should just.
So you keep him this summer then?
We should keep him, and here's why.
Okay.
Under the new manager, we'll have to see how the system fits everyone, and then we can decide who to get rid of and who to keep. So I think if we're going to get Ruben Amorim, right, Amorim should come in with probably like maybe 3 players minimum. 3 players that will help the whole team kind of adapt to his system somewhat. Because today I was doing some research on his system, trying to understand how he plays, and how the
You don't
current
have to do
players.
research. You just ask the guy below here, like, genuinely. You don't have to do research, bro.
No, but serious. So how I kind of see the system playing out, it would fit Salah somehow, but it could also benefit some of our other attacking players. But to be honest with you, I think we should bin a couple of them still. Like
Who the attacking players you're like, all right, they need to forget seeing them in Amorim's system. You just want them gone.
All right. To be honest, all right. Let's see. All right.
Yeah, Warrior J, write your question again. I got you. I star it. Yeah, go on.
Nunes needs to fuck off. That's one.
Very harsh.
To an extent. But it just depends on how the system fits him. Because look, a lot of these players that are shit usually look better in certain systems. You get what I'm saying? So a lot of these players that don't have a well-rounded game to suit many different systems usually enter into a particular system and look exceptional. And people like to glorify them and say, oh, they're so wonderful and this and that. Say, for instance, put Saka in an isolated system where he's isolated every game and doesn't have anyone to pass the ball to. He looked like flipping Garnacho, blood.
Hey, we've seen it now. We've seen it now at Arsenal, Lex. He's looking isolated. I seen him out there at Allianz and he was, it's like, all right, Bakayo, you out there struggling. I hear you. Trust me.
Yeah, put him in an assist. And this is the thing too. Why you think Martinelli is being sacrificed out on the left and look like shit all system? Because you got rid of Xhaka. Xhaka was such a key component to that system because Xhaka would bring people into the game. He'll make key passes. Remember, I used to say it. He'll make cutting passes that just break the lines and get these guys into positions where just Kai Havertz and these guys just not going to play these balls into them. No, did he? You get what I say? So it's just
it's like I heard it in the background.
You get me? So it's just like and look, you see how Xhaka then went into a Leverkusen system and just slot in perfectly. And just became such a key player for them until the point that these men look like they're about to win a flipping treble, undefeated. You get what I say? So it's just a case where with this Liverpool team, we really have a lot that we have to just wait and see. We can't necessarily make conclusive decisions. So for me, look, with regards to our defense has been vulnerable, but I think we have too many players. We have too many players that are at this point in time would more suit a back 3 than a back 2.
Okay.
We have right backs and a left back which would be more suited playing as wing backs than in a back 4. Yeah. The only problem with Amorim's system is the midfielders, because the midfielders that I've so far seen that would suit his system that we have are flipping Wataru Endo and McAllister. And these guys cannot be our starters. You get what I say? In terms, not McAllister, but Endo. To me, Endo is. I was going to
say McAllister. I know you're a fan of McAllister.
I mean, what I meant is both of them together. Like they can't be starting every game back in and out. McAllister, yes.
They're going to put stocks in Badkitic next season.
I'd be very shocked. To be honest, I wouldn't be shocked if Trent is put next to McAllister in the midfield next season.
I wouldn't. Look, here's the problem with that, Tom. On the Amorim system, because of the role that Trent would play, it would suit him so much more.
I disagree.
You see how Frimpong plays under Xabi Alonso. It's a very similar role, you know.
But the wing backs in the Amorim system don't get the ball anywhere near as much as the wing backs do in the Alonso system. Amorim likes to attack through the middle and have the wing backs there as emergency wide options that they can go to and put it across if needs be. Trent is so impactful now in games with his range of passing, and you have seen a noticeable improvement in a bit of defending from him, especially when it comes to intercepting stuff. If you put him in the middle of the park, you'll get good levels of output from him while still being able to utilize that.
Before you respond, Lex, before you respond, Tom, you mentioned impactful. Got to bring in this done to the building. Man, like Hassam is here. Yes, Hassam, what you saying? You good? You staying?
My guy Hassam.
Let's have a 16 out of 10 session.
Big up to you guys. Make sure the guys are liking and subscribing. You get me? I told Flawless, DM me if Rere pulls up. I've been inviting Rere onto every single one of my streams, and he's been ducking me. So he fell right into the trap. And now I'm here.
Before you carry on,
this is like the Avengers Endgame of bringing everyone into Cook Ryan.
Yeah, this is facts. Yeah, G, Lex,
who's
Tom,
next to come through the portals?
Yeah. Somebody definitely.
It'll be Ram. It would have to be Ram.
It'll be like, captain on your left. But big up to Nadal for the super chat. He says, just don't get me. Big up again, Nadal. Appreciate it. He says, just don't get me wrong. I'm 100% against selling Mo. I think he's the one holding the team together. Just need more help and someone who finish the chances he creates. Go on, Lex. Go on.
I'm not 100% against it. I'm more 70% against it.
Okay,
but there's a 30% you could convince me. It just depends. It just depends on the players that you're going to bring in, and it just depends on how these players suit Amorim's systems. If that's the coach we're going to get. Don't get me wrong, it would be an absolute catastrophe to getting rid of Mo. But if let's say that 200 million comes on the table again, I mean, we could do like a serious rebuild. Who knows?
First,
Hassan, disappointed, Lex.
Hassan, where do you stand with it?
It's still 70%, Hassan.
No, you didn't say 70%. That is a high percentage. But where do you stand with it, Hassan? Obviously, I know, but let the people know in regards to selling Mo Salah, not selling Mo Salah. He's been heavily criticized, in particular this past week or so. So, yeah, where do you stand with it?
I'm not reactionary like Rere. You get me? Because he's been waffling about Mo Salah over the last month or so. He's still our best forward. This is just the ultimate reality. I don't get how we're saying, I want to sell my Ferrari before I get rid of my Honda. That's the thing that I just don't get. Like, I've got, first of all, I don't even think we should be calling Nunez a Honda at this point. He's a bicycle. So, like, I have to get rid of the bicycle.
You can go back to Cornwall Ford truck if you want. You can
run Ford truck from
It's a bicycle with rockets on it.
That's fair. We can say motorcycle, but it's a bit more dangerous driving the motorcycle than it is an actual car. Look, here's the thing. We can be very balanced with this debate. My problem is, and this is something that has been going on for the last 3 years, we have the most emotional, reactionary fan base, not just on YouTube, in the world. People always come back and live in the moment. People never want to assess things in the grand scheme of things. Just look at the things as a prism. Let's look at the Liverpool forwards right now. All 5 of them. The last guy I'm selling is Mo Salah. The second last guy I'm selling is Jota. Now, the reason why Jota is second is his availability. Just logic, pure logic there. So both of them are forwards that I trust. Both of them are forwards that are clinical. Both of them are forwards that have been our best 2 forwards. One guy is just always available, aka Mo Salah, and the other guy is a lot more injured than Jota. The other 3, I'm willing to sell. However, I'm going to be objective and say, actually, I think the one guy that we should keep out of the other 3 is Cody Gakpo. I'll tell you why. I think Cody Gakpo could play a role under a new manager in which he is not the centerpiece, in which he's not the false 9, in which he's not the left winger, but he's simply the guy behind the striker, or the guy who's trying to get into spaces. Because those runs that we've seen, even the likes of McTominay make, I think Gakpo could be making those late runs into the box. He could be that type of player. So that's something that we could invest in. Respectfully, I think Diaz is already his foot is out through the door, And we have people who still in 2024 say that the player has had a good game, aka this guy right here. Has a good game because he has 3 completed dribbles. You get me? He dribbled past pulled back 3 times. Did he do anything? No, he didn't do anything. If me and Ryan right now take a trip to Colombia or Brazil or Argentina, we could scout 50,000 footballers who can dribble. We can go get a player who could dribble for about 50,000 quid. It would cost Liverpool Football Club, including agent fees, if even he has an agent, and they would be able to dribble. Dribbling is not that thing. I think when it comes to the two players that
Sam, you've got the other part. He runs back and defends as well. That's the other part.
It would be Diaz and Nunez, even from a financial perspective. I'll tell you why. If we sell Mo Salah, I'm going to give best case scenario. Let's say we get 120 million for Salah. I think we could get just as much for Diaz and Nunez, if not more, because Michael Edwards is back at the club. You could get 60 for Diaz, no exaggeration. I think that's a fair price. And I think you could even get 50, 60 for Nunez, because we need to forget how we rate him. I'm not going to speak for everyone on the panel, but most of us don't rate him. So you have to look at it from the European perspective. Who's available as a striker? Who's out there? His reputation around Europe, and the fact that he is Uruguay's number 9. People think it's like, we're sat here like, because Hussam on YouTube doesn't rate him, I'm only going to pay 10 million. Of course not. When clubs are looking at, they have to assess the whole situation. So I think you could get, like an Atletico Madrid as an example, could come in for Nunez for a nice little 60 million, suits them perfectly on the counter attack. Vroom, vroom, vroom. Perfect. Works hard, all that shit. So, I still believe we could get just as much money. And I genuinely don't think it's an exaggeration to say I would prefer Mo Salah over both put together in this team, because at least I have something to work with. I have seen him deliver time and time and time again. And even this season, despite he's been crap over the last 3-4 games, so has Jota, all the forwards. Even this season, he is our best forward. The numbers show it. Even the eye test proves it. Even in the big games, it shows that he's either created the most dangerous chance or got an assist for the goal that we scored, or scored the goal himself. So I'm not just defending him. I'm simply stating the facts. Like, I just think if you look at overall this season, by the way, the one game that we got slapped the fuck up, he didn't even play. Arsenal away. That's the one game we got slapped the hell up. Like, that's the one game I'm like, okay, we actually were with the worst team. All the other games, either created the most dangerous chance, had the assist, had the goal. So, of course, I'm keeping him. And I think he would work in Amarim's system. 100% he would work in Amarim's system. I don't think he would work.
Does Amarim play, what is it, a 3-4-3? Wait, before we go, but we'll clarify, is it 3-4-3 or 3-5-2? What does he play?
It's a 3-4-3.
Okay. Just asking. All right, cool. That's all.
Sometimes it operates as a 5-back though.
Yeah, in defense.
I'm here, Ray. You get me? You can have this conversation right here. Why would we sell Salah? Tell the people, Ray. Go on.
I just don't think he's good enough to lead us to a title anymore. I just think he's massively declining. That's just me when I watch him.
All right.
I don't see anyone, and he's not going to get any better as well.
All right.
At
On
his
that
age,
point,
he's not going to get any better. Like, let's just be real. And yeah, we can say, oh, he's the best out of the forwards we got. That's not hard. That's literally not a hard thing to be at the end of the day. The bar's low. Like you said, any one of those attackers there is like an argument for them to be sold. Let's be real with you. There is an argument, like Diaz, obviously, and I've actually given Diaz his credit recently because I think his performances have been all right in some games. But like you said, his output isn't good enough. Huh?
Name the game Diaz actually had a good performance. Say it.
Oh my!
Which games?
We're applauding forwards for not doing their job now.
I thought
forward's job is to score an assist, and we're going, well done, you ran.
I thought he was good against Brighton. I thought he was good against United in the league. I thought
he was good against United.
He was good against United in the league.
Wait, which game? Wait. Which game? Home or away?
Away.
Ooh.
I'm talking recently.
Flawless, you know why your question doesn't stand? He wasn't good in either.
Yeah,
he was shit in the home game.
I just wanted to clarify because I swear you lot.
Who are we talking about? Mo Salah?
No, Diaz. This is Diaz. Because I swear, if I stand corrected, you lot missed a plethora of like chances in that game, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
Bro, Diaz scored, bro.
Oh, so that
so did Salah.
The last good game I remember Diaz having is against City when he was cooking Kyle Walker.
I don't think he played well against us. That's just me. I don't think he played well in that game.
I thought he played all right personally.
The last good game I remember is City. But on that point, Ryan, don't you think that there needs to be a transitionary period? That even if we're going to depart from Salah, it should take at least 1 or 2 more seasons where we bring in a right winger or his replacement and we have him be an understudy to Salah and then slowly merge him into the team.
You see, that I can hear, but I just feel like if we get offered But don't get me wrong. I'm not saying like, oh, I'd sell Mo Salah for like 50 mil or cheap. No. I'm not saying that. I'm saying
That's
that
not
if
the
we get a
argument. Don't
good
change the
offer for Mo
argument.
Salah,
That's not the
which I
argument,
presume you will, because Saudi will offer money. He's their main target. He's their dream at the end of the day. Mo Salah for the Saudi league. They'll pay essentially
look,
That
whatever it
offer is
takes
going to
for
be
him.
there
Let's be
forever,
real.
really.
on
That
the
offer is never
Amarin
going to go away.
system.
Bro, they're gonna come in this summer. We all know they're coming in this summer.
No, but they're going to come in even if he's 37. Mo Salah is going to play in the Saudi league even if he's
In the
38.
Saudi league, bro, it's the flipping Saudi
But then
league. They have a lot of money.
Do you risk but what if we don't?
Mo
What if he
Salah
doesn't
is
sign a
like a
contract?
Saudi
Do we
prince.
risk getting rid of him for free? Let's be real.
Okay,
Even I know selling Mo
question
Salah
we
for
have to
free
ask.
would be a
Key
disaster.
question. I'm going to ask you a question, Ray. You're saying Salah can't lead us to a title. Can Nunez lead us to a title?
Absolutely not. No, I'd
Can
sell
Diaz
Nunez
lead us?
tomorrow.
I don't think
I'd
that's
sell
the
Nunez.
argument he's
Nunez would probably
making.
be the first
I
player
think-
to
I
select
think-
the whole squad.
Can
I
Diaz
think
lead
the
us to a
argument
title?
would have to be a full overhaul of the attacking.
Nunez is the
No,
first
no,
player
but
I'd sell in the
one
whole
second, Lex,
squad.
because I'm trying to get to the bottom line of like where his headspace is at.
Oh, did
So
he?
it's just a short questions. We like it's fine. We all agree Nunez can't lead us to a title anyway. But just tell me yes
Yeah,
or
of
no.
course.
Can Nunez lead us to a title?
Absolutely not. No.
Can Diaz lead us to a title?
No, there's way too much pause.
No.
There's
Don't
way
you?
too much
Yeah,
pause.
yeah,
That's
you
it.
pa- you
Diaz,
paused
yo,
too
he just
long for that.
that. You know what it is, Diaz.
paused
You know
too
what it
long
is.
for that.
Now you know what that is, Lex. Because I've known Ryan long enough. Unfortunately, you know what this is? Aesthetics.
Yes.
Because of how
Diaz.
Diaz, yes.
Diaz.
No, it's
played
not
at
even
100
that. It's not
Diaz
even
has
That's
that.
played.
Genuinely.
Name okay,
Ryan,
okay.
Because why?
Ryan,
Because him
Ryan,
because
name
him
it.
have a
Ryan,
Brazilian
Bro, you're
flair.
being disingenuous
That's
here.
it. How much?
Who was the Liverpool fan who used to get on Luis Diaz the most?
Yeah, but now you switched.
It's not even that.
And now you're getting on to
I wouldn't
McAllister
lose
again.
any sleep. He's one
Yeah.
player
But
that I
that's
wouldn't
all
lose any
Ryan
sleep
does
if he
is
stayed. I
switch. This
wouldn't lose
guy's
any
like the
sleep if he
freaking
left.
climate.
Yeah, that's true. He is climate change.
Climate
Facts.
change. Yeah,
No,
we
but
need
yeah,
to-
Lex
it's
Diaz is a
different
player that
from
I'm
Ryan
like,
to
I'm
climate
just like,
change,
whatever.
Let's get
You
back to
asking
Diaz.
the question now, Lex.
You want Diaz? You think Diaz can lead us to a title despite the fact he's played 92 games for his
Diaz
football club
over
and got
Salah.
10 assists?
I literally
But
said
Tom,
no.
guys,
Lex.
man.
let
I
Hassam,
literally
let
said
Hassam,
nah,
but
he
let
can't.
Hassam continue with like those.
I literally said
Go on,
Diaz
Hassam.
can't.
Next
Go
question.
on.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, Ray. Me and you both know Diaz can't lead us to a title. Let's not lie
Yeah.
to each other. Do you think Gakpo can lead us to a title?
Squad player, but not as a starter.
Okay.
Okay.
Factually, we have seen Mo Salah be a part of the team that won Liverpool the English Premier League
Yeah,
and the
like
Champions League
4 years ago.
and
bro,
part of our
like-
most successful teams. Now, whether you think other players were better than him at said time or that specific year or whatever is besides the point. The point
No,
is
you
he
give
was
Salah his credit. He was a big part of that team. Like,
yeah,
he was
exactly.
top
And even this
scorer, like
and I'll get to why I'm defending Salah even to this year. I'll actually give you genuine
Mm.
examples from this season because you keep talking about the big moment and the big game and all this. I've already unpacked this, but I want to unpack this. I want to see your face reaction when your argument gets destroyed. The reality is, Ray, you need to let aesthetics go. Because if you look at the most aesthetically pleasing forwards, the only ones that are rated extremely highly, like a Vinicius, are ones who also deliver in front of goal. Because I
Yeah.
even disagree with Lex. I'll tell you which part I disagree with Lex on. He says Diaz has a good game against Manchester City. Fantastic. Kyle
Nah, I
Walker
blame
ate
Diaz
Anfield
for. I
grass.
blame Diaz for that game.
One
for us not
second.
winning.
Kyle Walker ate Anfield grass. He was on
Mhm.
his ass for about 5-6 times in a row because of Luis
Mhm.
Diaz. But once again, in front of goal, when the moment was there for him to get
Yeah.
us the 3 points,
Good
he
shit.
did not score the goal. I would rather have someone that looks like a giraffe on the football, but is delivering in front of goal week in, week out. There's a player in this league called Erling Haaland. He's by far the worst forward in world football to watch. By far the worst. There is no one worse to watch than Erling Haaland. Had we had Erling Haaland as our striker this season, we're top of the league with 15 points ahead of the team in
Yeah, I
second.
agree with that.
Because all these chances that we've created, he would have scored at least half of them. So
Yeah,
this
I
is
agree.
now let's unpack this whole aesthetics argument and just push it to the side. It doesn't matter how a player looks.
I never said it
how
was
the player
that. Flawless
performs.
is putting words in my mouth. I never said it was that.
No,
Never
but I'll
said
tell you why
what was what.
it's
What,
because you
what you
actually
blame me for?
you
The
thought
aesthetics.
We
thought
went.
that Diaz could
Look,
do that
Sam just went
like-
through every single forward, and the only forward you paused on was Diaz.
It's
The
Diaz.
guy
Because
with
he's the most aesthetically pleasing
categorically-
And
as well.
eventually, I
Luis
said no,
Diaz is
innit?
categorically the forward
He's
with the
eventually-
worst levels of output.
Eventually,
And
I
also-
said no because I
And
was
also
thinking
as well,
squad
Ryan,
player-wise.
yeah, because you like to be a contrarian as well at times. Because people then started to because you didn't like Diaz when people did, and now there's not the general consensus. Now more people praise him. You
Now
want
it's
to
gonna
now
be
more
other
people
side.
No, but
criticize him.
Diaz
You want
is
to
still
praise
a
him.
player that I would not lose any sleep over at all if we sold him. Like,
But
I
you
wouldn't
just
lose
said
any
that
sleep
he
over him.
can lead.
I
you
think he
through.
will go anyway.
I never said that. I
No, he said
literally
no
never
eventually,
said
Tom.
that.
No,
Oh my
Tom, he said
word.
no eventually. He did say no eventually.
Yeah,
Before
but
you
he
man
felt
carry on,
too
though.
long.
Mhm.
Yeah, he did definitely think. Oh yeah, 100%. I agree with that because you
The
don't
answer
keep
should be no
Diaz.
direct.
Yeah. But big up to Casually FC as well, man. Big up to Casually FC for the raid every single time. Big up to Marshall. Let me just get to a couple of the super chats as well. Cam, I see your question as well. I'll get to that 1 second. Where is it? Big up to Box of Oranges. Yeah, that's a fire username. Says our forwards mostly played well over the first 30 matches, but I also respect if the new manager wants to make a couple of changes.
That is the thing. That is the thing.
Yeah, go on. You're gonna
That
go
is the thing for me. That is the only condition. That is the only condition under which I would sell Mo Salah. Is if we under Amorim's system, say for instance, Edwards can find like a set of ballers that will merge perfectly with Amorim's systems, both from attack to defense, that could slot in the team and actually make us a cohesive unit, make us a better unit as a team, not necessarily from an individual perspective, but say we can have multiple individuals that can come up clutch in clutch moments. You get me? I wouldn't the only reason I would be with selling Salah for that reason anyways was to actually just fund buying these players anyways. You get what I say? But if as Hussam said, I'd actually be more likely to go with selling Nunes and Diaz as if we can get them for a decent price and then using that to facilitate that. You get me? Because to me we 100% need a proper DM. I don't care.
You know what's crazy?
We need our midfield is too dead blood.
With a super chat, he said DM signing is key. Our midfield versus rivals is the worst. Big up Andy for the super chat. Second,
because
go on.
In a game against fucking Manchester United, blood, we look like fucking Manchester United, blood, because we were attacking and they were attacking our backline with acres of space in the midfield, and when they were attacking, it looked exactly the same way. How are we expected to fight for titles? How are we expected to go anywhere looking like this current Manchester United team at any point in the season? I don't give a shit.
You're right.
I don't give a shit. I know a part of this is probably the fault of Klopp's system when you don't have the players to actually suit that system. You get me? So if Klopp has a system that operates in a certain way, if you don't have a Fabinho, you get fucked. Because the reason you get fucked is you don't have a defensive midfield that can cover for multiple positions in the midfield. Because Fabinho used to do that in terms of he'd leave our defense being less vulnerable. So Van Dijk looked better, Matip looked better. A lot of our defensive frailties were covered, but he needed a lot of legs to do that. No, when his legs went, then the system just unraveled, and it's unraveled ever since. It's been 4 years since we won a major trophy. I've not forgotten that. Yeah. So it's just a case where at some point in time, something had to change. Now that Klopp is tired, okay, Klopp, go have your rest. It's fine. We'll cope. Let's see now with Amorim, with whatever manager that we get, can we fix these things? Because bro, we cannot continue in this. You
don't think Endo the Premier League winning DM?
Why are you doing this more thing now? That's a more question.
You're concerning the DM position.
That's a more
question.
I just think people.
See, Lex, I would never ask you that question. You know what I'm saying?
That's a literal more question. Like more gender whenever it's time. And you see him fight that smirk. Him always fight the smirk. But you always see it. All right, look. No, obviously the question is no. The answer is no to that question. And you know what's funny about it? The only reason Wataru Endo is getting... The only reason people big up Wataru Endo is because he does not look as shit as we expected him to. That's the only reason.
No, that's actually
no. Let's really defend him. Let's really defend him. 1 second.
Before we do, Lex, what you're saying is the Kai Havertz effect. Got you. But let me get to these final two chats before you.
I'm forgetting that Endo literally went up against Rodri and Declan Rice, was arguably the best DM on the pitch in those games.
Yo, 1 second. Let me get to these.
Lex, you see why I wasn't doing
big up Cam. Big up Cam for the super chat. Says hashtag Klopp in. Big up the man them 16 out of 10 show fire. Big up to Cam every single time. No, Cam, I hadn't missed your super chats. I just hadn't had chance to get round to them. He says happy 420 guys. Big up to everyone who's gonna enjoy 420. He put hashtag Klopp in. Hashtag 16 out of 10. Big up to my guy Cam every single time.
Celebrating 420 the way he's dressed. Big up Tom.
Yeah,
Lad,
shout out.
I'm cold.
He's cold, man. He's got to
Guys,
stay
that's
warm.
like
And yeah,
50
over this
cents
weekend,
on
they'll be
59p.
available. They're
Crazy.
available for you to order. I just need to change the site, which I will do.
Getting these
Well, it's
shirts
on
out.
midnight
Okay.
till today. So yes, I will. So don't forget, people, your 16 out of 10 merch available. sarcasmcitytv.myshopify.com. Link is in the pin comment. 2 different designs, 4 different colors. Make sure you check it out. All at the great price for a limited time only of £16.10. The shop will only be open till the 16th of May, 10 p.m. people. So you got like just under a month to get your t-shirts before we close the shop and open it back up.
I love the
Where's
fact there's
White,
one with
Ray?
just
Where's
numbers.
White?
There's one with just numbers, or if I really want to, I can get the full experience of the full
man.
16 out of 10 quotes.
Listen, you can get the full experience. And if you're unsure of what we're talking about, people, you're under a rock somewhere. Here you are.
By the way,
But
can
here
I
we
just
are.
say the 2 girls below us are looking 16 out of 10s today, both of them.
Right, big up the panel. So yeah, your 16 out of 10 t-shirts, links in the pin comment for your tees. Big up to Casually again for the raid. Big up my guy Marshall. Make sure you go subscribe to Casually FC each and every time, people. But where was we at? Yes, Endo. That's where we was at. Endo. Ryan, floor is
Lex,
yours.
the reason I asked that question has nothing to do with your opinion on Endo, which I agree with. The reason why I was pointing at this guy right here, because the same guy that thinks Mo Salah can't lead us to a Premier League title thinks that Wataru Endo can.
I
never
never said that.
This is the Ryan investigation, once for all, putting him in court. Why are you quiet, Ray? I wanted to
No,
speak.
but
Like,
alright,
see what it is with Endo.
for me, right? For
Yeah,
me,
let's
right?
speak.
Being way too harsh,
concerning
was
Endo,
going
go
way
ahead.
too far with Endo there by saying, he's just not as shit as what
There
we
you are.
thought he was. This guy literally went up against Rodri and Rice, the 2 best DMs in the league, and outperformed them in 2 games this season. Like, what are we doing here?
Ryan,
First of all,
Ryan,
Rice
outperformed
is a
them in
centre
both
back
games.
playing in
but Ryan,
midfield.
the thing with Endo is he can turn up in the big games because that's where you just need to get into tackles. That's fine. The issue is both times he's went up against Will Hughes, the man has looked shit.
I just think he's
Will
knackered
Hughes,
at the
you know.
moment, personally.
Oh,
I
we're
think
using the
he's
tired
knackered.
excuse.
Oh, here
We're
we
using the
go.
tired
Oh,
excuse.
knackered
Hey,
already.
Tom, you know,
Bro,
when did you play Palace the first time?
Listen, Ryan, you should be an Arsenal fan.
shattered.
innit? Big
You know what
man
makes it
thing.
better?
You
You know
want
what makes
switch
it better?
allegiance?
The first time he played Palace, you know, when he was hooked at half time. Do you
Yeah,
know
that's when he was. That's when he wasn't that good though. He improved after that.
No.
He improved after that
When,
Palace
when
game in
during that
December,
period
bro.
of time when he played against Palace the first time, I remember we went to the game, me and Jerry. I remember we were like,
I remember that
Endo
game. He was
looked
awful. I
rubbish in
remember.
this game. But that was when he was starting that period of time where he was actually good. Like everyone was like,
He
oh,
started
Endo,
with 4 games
yeah.
in a row. And
Yeah,
that was
exactly.
that,
And
that
everyone
was
was
the
like, oh,
last
yeah,
game of
Endo's
that
looking
set
alright.
of games. He then was
Yes,
dropped
no,
for a
but
month.
Endo should be our backup DM.
Yeah,
Full
that's
stop.
what I'm saying. I don't
Endo
think he
can
should be
do
a
a job
long-term DM.
in games where you're not going to dominate possession. In games where you
Yeah.
want someone to get stuck in there and win duels, Endo's fine for that. But games where the impetus is on us to create and be front-footed, his lack of quality on the ball and his lack of press resistance gets exploited time and time and
All our
time and
players
time
have
and
a lack
time
of
again.
press resistance, blood.
No, McAllister's all
I'm
right.
just setting the traps,
I mean-
and Ray is falling in all of them. This is the thing of beauty, man.
Oh,
Just setting
Hassan,
the traps.
Hassan,
Barring, like,
going
two
down
players.
I need to ask Hassan.
every single rabbit hole.
Has Ryan been in your chat recently doing all this Thomas Tuchel stuff, or have I just been the victim of it?
Yeah. That's
Wait,
another
what?
thing we can unpack. But
What
you know, there's
about
more
Thomas
players.
Tuchel?
Tom.
In the group chat, Lex. I'll
What
have to.
What about Thomas
What's
Tuchel?
that? He's saying
You
Thomas
know,
Tuchel.
Ray, Ray, this is the problem with you, yeah?
Who-
This is
I
where-
never said Thomas Tuchel would have been my
It's
first
Anfield.
choice.
No,
No.
You ain't about to change it now.
Right, Ryan,
Listen,
Ryan, you fucked
I've
it there.
been getting screenshots. You done it in my own channel where you're like, Thomas Tuchel, hear me out. When you say hear me out, it's like, yo, Lex, hear me out on Bukayo Saka. That means you want him. Stop waffling now and acting like you didn't want him. So stop lying.
What is the hear me out?
The hear me out
So-
is not to replace Klopp,
So,
essentially.
Tuesday, I'm going to give you the full rundown of my DMs from Ryan. Tuesday, Tuesday, was it Tuesday or was it Wednesday? It was Tuesday. He gives me, don't write Tuchel off after the game when Bayern won.
Oh my God.
And then Wednesday, he says Tuchel's football at Chelsea is very underrated. Thursday,
It was.
Thomas
Tuchel's
Tuchel.
football
that's
at
it.
Chelsea was
That's all I have to say.
underrated.
And then,
I don't know why you're laughing. It was.
and then And then
His
he tried
football
to
was not bad.
Do you guys
No,
remember how boring
Ryan,
Sam
Ryan,
was?
Ryan,
He's saying
Ryan,
it
I'm not done.
underrated,
I'm not done.
wasn't
I've still got DMs to go.
Nah, let him
So
land.
then-
Let him land. Let
Then
him
he
land.
drops me a
Imagine how
tweet.
good we'd be in Champions League.
Let him land. Go on,
He
Tom.
sends me a
Champions
tweet
We've got to
about
3
how
finals
Tom-
in 5 years already. What do you mean? Imagine
No, but
how
Sam,
good we were.
Sam, wait.
Yeah, it'd be nice to
Let
win
him
some
land.
of those finals.
Let
Excuse me,
him land. Let him land. I want to hear
He
this.
tweeted
Go on.
about how Thomas Tuchel has a good record against Real Madrid. He's only lost once in 8 games against them. So I just replied, that's great. We play Madrid maybe once a season, maybe twice a season. So we should fuck off every other competition that Tuchel is notoriously shit in on the off chance we play Real Madrid in the Champions League. Then yesterday, he gives me, Jurgen had no plan for Gasperini in that second half. Tuchel, though, ... And then he drops me a gif of Tuchel, some weird gif of him just in a suit, transitioning in and out. I don't know why he's got that on it. And goes, respect him.
Yeah, you're just a troll, bro. You're just a professional troll.
Tuchel.
I'll be honest.
He's not. Don't give him the
Rere, you know
professional.
what? If you're a troll,
Don't give
just
him the
tell us.
professional.
Just
You
tell us
should
if
just
you're a
tell us.
troll.
Yeah.
You want the
Just
man
tell us,
who
you know, tell us
you want the
I'm
man
trolling
who
and I don't
single-handedly
want to report
ruined
everything else.
Bayern's monopoly over the Bundesliga this season because let me get this straight, he knocked out Arsenal.
No, but I mean, that's kind of, you can
Look at the
say that
confusion
he,
on Lex's face. He's just
look,
confused.
you can,
No,
all right, look,
Tuchel wouldn't be my first choice. I'm
I
not saying he'd be my first
discredit
choice. but
Leverkusen, to be honest.
I wouldn't be fully against it if he was to come in. I wouldn't be like, oh, what a shit appointment or anything.
Fully
Like,
against Tuchel. Are you
yeah,
mad?
if Tuchel came in, I wouldn't be against it. He's not a bad manager. He's not a bad manager.
Yeah, but you're like 1% of the flipping fan base, blood. This guy would flipping get hanged at the flipping door. He wouldn't even be allowed to go inside. That makes no sense. Thomas Tuchel. From no perspective, you couldn't even sell a Tuchel shirt, blood.
The thing is, Rayon,
He's
you've
not
had
bad
some
manager.
crazy takes this season. Like,
And
as
then,
in-
all right, if we get Thomas Tuchel,
He's
who
not
we
a
going
bad
to bring in?
manager.
Eric fucking Dyer.
Hey, Ryan, all jokes aside, even though I can't believe him, I'm just involved in this
Nah,
for
Mike
content creator
Levy
purposes.
never let
No,
him
Ryan, let me ask you, what has
Kieran
Tuchel... No,
Trippier,
Ryan,
we're up with Kieran
wait,
Trippier,
hold up. What has Tuchel done
Oh my
in the
God,
past
bro.
2 years, including this season? So this season and last season, that makes you go bring him into Liverpool.
Where was he last year?
He's still doing his thing in the Champions League.
Okay, so if he would have got knocked out of the Champions League before you go, Tom, so if he would have got knocked out to Arsenal, or let's say he gets knocked out to Real Madrid, will that then change your opinion?
Yes, because everything
Depends on how he
changes this
goes out
guy's
to Madrid.
opinion.
It depends on how he goes
Right.
out to
That's
Madrid.
true,
Right.
Lex, to be
No,
fair.
I've
You
had
know what,
enough. I've
Lex?
had enough.
Stupid question.
You're sitting there. You're sitting there going.
It depends how
He's
he
still
goes
he's
out
still
to
doing this
Madrid.
thing in the Champions League. He's still doing this thing in the Champions League. Look who he played. Lazio, who made the UCL knockouts for the first time in about a decade, if not longer, and Arsenal, who made the UCL knockouts for the first time in
Would
just
you mock
under a
that?
Yes,
decade.
and Arsenal were favourites going into that tie, and he managed to knock them out. What we like, give him his
Arsenal are
credit.
never favorites. It's a
Arsenal
facade,
have
bro.
zero
Arsenal were
Champions League
favourites going into
pedigree.
that tie.
Listen,
What we
listen,
doing
the
bro,
thing is,
listen.
even
All right,
though
look,
they're favourites,
look.
you don't. That shouldn't get you the Liverpool job. Knocking Arsenal out in the Champions League should not get you the Liverpool
No, I'm not
job.
saying it.
Thank you.
I'm just saying that.
Okay, so what are the other
Tuchel-
reasons? So you
that
name
it
one.
showed
Wait,
that
wait. So
Tuchel
no.
is not a
Back to the
scrub at the end
no,
of the day.
because you love to do this. So I'm not letting you gaslight me into the other stuff. So that's one. I'm not even going to disagree with anything else you say or even question whatever you're going to say. We're going to go through the reasons. So one of the reasons you said Liverpool should tie Tommy Tuchel is because he's made the Champions League
Yo, we're
semi-final.
just a
What are the
waste
other
to
reasons?
about this.
Yeah, but it's great content. The people them love it. Look at the chat, and I love cooking, Ryan. It's
He's
beautiful.
Klopp
I get
up,
paid
Klopp
to do
in
it.
the final with
It's great.
Dortmund.
I'll never do
That's
this on my free time. Are you crazy? Life's too short.
Hey.
But yeah, go on, Ryan. Go on. So that's one. What are the other reasons? Why? I just want to know your criteria for getting the Liverpool job,
Come on,
because it should be
Tuchel.
strict.
Mighty God,
But
I wouldn't even
clearly
watch
it's not.
our games.
We're
So
replacing
go on.
Jurgen Klopp here. By the
So
way,
go
we're
on. No.
replacing Jurgen
So
Klopp.
yeah. So go on, Ryan. So that's one. He's made it to the semi-finals of the Champions League. He's
No,
back.
you know what
Well-
I'm saying about Tuchel? Tuchel's not
No,
my first
forget
choice.
that.
I'm
No.
just saying that I wouldn't be
That's not why I
against
asked. Nope. That's not what we
All right,
do.
why wouldn't you be
No.
against it?
Lex, hold up. No. We're not doing that. What other
Welcome to the
reasons
Rayra
as to Thomas
investigation.
Tuchel? Let's go. So since I'm involved now, so we're gonna get to it. One is he made the Champions League semi-final. What else has he done in the past 2 years that also makes you say yes, bring him to Liverpool? We've got one
He's
reason.
not-
What are the
No, I
others?
admit there's nothing in the last 2 years which would make me.
So we're going.
There's
So
nothing in the
wait.
last-
So we're going
I'm
from
just
stuff. So
going
we're not.
by- I'm
Wait.
going
Hold
by
up.
what he's done at Chelsea, though.
Hold up. So we're going. So we're in 2024. So we're talking about going into the 24-25 season, and in the past 2 years, so from 2022 to 24, you've got one reason
Right.
as to why he should be the Liverpool manager. All
He's
right.
got
So
4
let's go
games.
to
Thomas Tuchel
2020.
deserves the job off 4
Yeah,
games.
so let's go to 21, 20, 2019, etc. So I'm guessing it's nothing to do with PSG. So this is solely off his Chelsea stint. correct?
Yeah, mostly off his Chelsea stint. Yeah.
Okay, and what did he do at the Chelsea stint outside of winning the Champions League that you are so impressed
Come on,
with?
winning the Champions League is a big thing.
Okay, I'd never said it's not. No, again, you're not going to gaslight me because we've been working together too long. Never said that. Them words never left my mouth. I said, listen to me carefully. Outside of winning the Champions League, outside of winning the Champions League, what else did Thomas Tuchel do that impressed you to the point where you're saying he should get the Liverpool job? We've got 2 reasons since he was at Chelsea. Someone in the chat, let me know when he joined Chelsea, please. So we got 2 reasons in about 2020. So we got 2 reasons in 4 years. So go on. So what else did he do at Chelsea? Because he's done nothing in the past 2 years since he left Chelsea. So, and I know you didn't watch him at PSG. So what else did he do at Chelsea?
Man,
Reached
rubbish.
multiple finals.
Okay, so he reached multiple finals. Okay, so let's clarify that. I'm not even arguing with you. Stop being on the defensive. I'm not even arguing with you. What finals did he reach?
FA Cup, Carabao Cup.
So he reached the FA Cup, the Carabao Cup. How many times?
Carabao
Twice,
once,
lost
FA Cup twice. Yeah.
So he lost. So he reached the Carabao
3
Cup.
times actually lost. All 3.
Wait. How many finals did he reach there outside, like
3.
domestic? So
Lost
he
all
reached the
3.
FA. So he reached the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup twice.
No,
am I correct in
the
saying
FA
that?
Cup twice. So he
FA Cup twice
He played
and the
FA Cup
Carabao
against
Cup.
Leicester, and then Carabao against us and FA against us.
Okay, so he's reached a FA Cup final and he reached 2 Carabao Cup finals, won the Champions League, 2 FA Cup finals and 1 Carabao Cup. What else? Because we've got 2 reasons so far in his Chelsea stint.
Do you want to know the most damning thing?
Before you go, Tom, no, we ain't laying off the hook here. So we've got 3 reasons in 4 years.
We're gegenpressing
so
him. Let him answer.
So what else did he do? Outside of reach, and I'm not disputing. I actually think it's impressive what he did in the Champions League, FA Cup, League Cup, less so, but it's still impressive to an extent. But he lost on 3. No, we're not disputing that.
Finals.
Okay, so what else did he do? That's tied in. Champions winning the Champions League, we give all credit to. No one's disputing that. So we've got 1. He's reached the semi-final with Bayern Munich. That's 2. He reached the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup final in his stints at Chelsea. So we've got 3 reasons in 4 years. So we don't even have as many reasons as we do. He's been managing years. What other reasons do you have?
Thing is with me with Tuchel, right? I just think at Chelsea, look, he finished. Well, I think he finished 3rd in the league, wasn't it? Yeah, that's not great.
So,
he was thought to.
That's not an impressive.
I just look at that Chelsea team and think I think it was the players that let him down more than the other way around, in my opinion.
But what did he?
Tuchel had them coached and drilled quite well.
He did have them. So he's a very good coach and has them very well drilled, like pretty much.
And he's tactically very astute as well. He's tactically
Did the players let him down in the Bundesliga as well?
Which before we even go, which is the basics of name a manager that at the top level that don't really have that. That's basics. That's like praising a player for running. What's he done special?
Unai Emery tactically outclasses most people.
Yeah, like what's he done that special? Champions League, I hear you. Getting to the FA Champions League semi-final, I disagree with, but we'll give you that. Reaching a FA Cup, 2 FA Cup finals and a Carabao Cup final, losing all 3. But you want to praise him to get him for free. So we've got 3 reasons.
I'm not criticizing him for losing the finals against us.
Okay, that's cool. No. But we've got 3 reasons. What are the other reasons is what I'm asking.
Let's bear in mind as well, the final he lost to Leicester was giving Brendan
let's not even
Rodgers...
get off that. What other reasons, right? No. Hold up. We're not bypassing this. What are the other reasons?
I just think he's a very good coach.
Okay, so you just liking them. So this is just there's nothing substantial to behind it. Because I've asked you now 5 or 6 times to name the reasons behind it in the 4 years from 2020 to 2024.
Probably
and you give me 3.
G is just like, why the fuck did we get involved in this shit right
and you give me 3.
You know what? No, you know what I'm doing? I'm looking at Thomas Tuchel's record whilst he's speaking.
Yeah, like this is it. Bear in mind,
you know flawless. You want the honest answer? Actually, the answer. You know what his answer is?
Go on.
This is actually a writer's problem when it comes to football debates. It's all based on narratives. His answer is not actually Tuchel done 1, 2, and 3. That's why I want him. His answer is Thomas Tuchel is not as bad as people make out. Okay,
because he just beat Arsenal.
Who gives a fuck what people think about Thomas Tuchel? Why do you want him? No answer. It's narratives.
No, in the Tuchel isn't my first choice. I'm just saying that I'd have him over all the other options. Hear me out. Linked with.
This football education 101 right
here. Who are you thinking? Deserby or Tuchel?
Bring pen and paper. Bring pen and paper. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to give you an out. Bring pen and paper. Let me just say this. This guy is talking about outplaying in a final. City versus Chelsea Champions League final that you give him credit for. Who outplayed who? Don't
Chelsea outplayed City in that final 100%.
Outplayed City. See?
Chelsea
See how his
completely
logic is
outplayed City. And outdid
There you
City in
are.
that final.
There you are. Exactly.
Ryan,
So City
Ryan,
had more possession,
won.
more chances.
No.
more
From
shots
what
on
I
Rashford
remember,
won
no,
a
they
Champions
didn't.
League
No.
final against a Pep Guardiola.
The
team.
Champions
let me
League
do it.
final,
Werner,
Chelsea
Mount,
parked the
Mount and Havertz.
fuck up the
Hassan,
bus and they scored the
Hassan,
counter-attack goal.
but Hassan, don't fall for
Shot
the
called
trap.
Chelsea
outplayed.
were by far
Hassan,
the better team
don't
in
fall
that
for the
game.
trap. He has 3 reasons as to why he wants Tuchel. 2 of them very
By far
sketchy.
the better
Wait.
team
Bear in
in
mind,
that
bear in mind. 2 of them are very sketchy because the same manager he wants out right now has done them the exact same thing. How many domestic finals has Klopp reached for you lot?
he's
He's
actually
reached 4 domestic cup finals, 1-3.
Overall.
Carabao, FA.
Okay,
4.
so he'll criticize Klopp
4-1-3.
and say he's so the same reasons he's praising Tuchel for, he'll criticize Klopp for. You see how you do Ryan math? I've been working with him so long, I can see right through it. The exact same reason. Hear what I'm saying to everyone watching this. The exact same reason he's criticizing Klopp for, he's praising Tuchel for. Bear in mind, Klopp, wait, before you go, Lex, Klopp made 2 both domestic finals this season. No. He made 1 domestic final, so he won the Carabao Cup this season. But he'll criticize Klopp for that, but then we'll praise Tuchel for getting there and losing.
Which is about who you like. Klopp for winning the Carabao. How can I criticize?
Have you not said Klopp out? Have you said Klopp needs to be gone? Have you not said that? Klopp needs to go this season. Klopp out. Okay, so I'm not talking about that specifically. I'm talking about you wanting Klopp out. Let me repeat this so you hear me loud and clear. The exact same reasons you are praising Tuchel for, you are criticizing Klopp for. I asked you repeatedly, why do you rate Tuchel? You said verbatim, it's because he reached domestic cup finals. Klopp also reaches domestic cup finals. What's the difference apart from one's Tuchel and one's Klopp? There's no difference whatsoever. There's 0 difference. Now, who's better tactically? That's all to be known. But one thing we do know is who outperformed who in Germany.
No, that's true.
Who's out? So let
one guy won 2 Bundesligas with Dortmund, the other didn't win it with Bayern Munich.
There we go with it. So like this,
he did win it with Bayern Munich last year.
Forget this, but this is the type of thing. But this is the type of thing I'm talking about. And to everyone watching, this is how you deal with Ryan. Don't let him gaslight you into other stuff. Stay on topic and stay on point. And
let's bear in mind as well. There's a lovely. I'm just trying to make sure.
What are you talking about, man?
One after that.
Like,
so Klopp and Tuchel have faced each other 18 times. Klopp and Tuchel have played each other 18 times as managers. Klopp's won 10. Tuchel's won 3.
And before we carry on, did you not do the domestic double last season?
In fact, no, I'm wrong.
The season before.
The season before. So you've done the domestic double.
It was over Chelsea. That's who did
the penalty shootouts.
Yeah, but shootouts. All right. So wait. So shootouts don't count, is what we're saying.
No, the
shootouts don't count.
I'm saying, but he outdid Klopp in the Carabao Cup final for sure.
That's all well and good.
He tactically got the better of Klopp in both.
Who won?
I don't agree with that.
Who tactically did it? This is all opinion based.
Hold on.
Hey, Ryan, not because you said something it means that it's true. You could be chatting
let's
shit.
bear in mind, Ryan, you've just said Ryan, that Chelsea were the better side against City because they were more defensively solid and they limited City and this, that, and the other. That Carabao Cup final, we had more shots. We had more shots on target.
No. We all watched that Carabao Cup final. Chelsea should have beaten us.
Forget all that. Whether they should have beat you or not, they didn't.
Because they were offside. Offside's a rule, is it not?
Better chances. With less quality players than what we had. You have to take that into account. They have less quality players than what we
exactly. Because you know what it is. It's all feelings. It's not facts. Like forget who should have won. Because this guy loves Rafa Benitez.
Yo,
what are we talking about?
Look. I think it's time we have an
Mount,
actual football conversation and stop cooking, Ryan.
Yeah, you know what? Because
Ryan, in that same game, Sadio Mane missed 2 sisters. So why is it only Chelsea that get that? Why is it only Chelsea that get that freedom, but we don't?
I don't get. But again, Ryan's in the deserve camp. And that's what it is. And what style is it's a deserve thing. Like forget deserve. Did you win or not?
Prime is just.
Yeah, man. I'm saying.
I'm just saying. Just think about us in the Champions League with Tuchel. I'm just saying it's formidable. It's formidable. 100%. That was him. That was him at Chelsea. Me being tribal, trying to Chelsea manager.
Bear in mind, people. Bear in mind to everyone who's watching this is like, oh, he don't deserve it. This is the same guy who said this story.
By the way, the 2 girls below us are looking 16 out of 10s today, both of them.
I big up the panel. I told as for. And just to clarify again, people get your 16 out of 10 t-shirt. No, we're just saying, you know what?
Fuck the 16 out of 10 thing, man. It's getting
By
By the way,
but
can
here
I
we
just
are.
say the two girls below us are looking 16 out of 10s today, both of them.
I big up the panel. I told as for. It's game what, Ryan? I didn't quite hear you. What you say?
Doesn't matter. But...
Oh yeah, that's what I thought. But yeah, people, get your 16 out of 10 t-shirts. The merchandise is available to pure 110% cotton. People, no, a 16 out of 10% cotton. That's exactly what it is. T-shirts available at the great price of, you guessed it, £16.10. 2 different designs, 4 different colors. People, you can get the 16/10 shirt. You can get the 16 out of 10 shirt. You get the 16 out of 10 shirt. Yeah, he's getting 1.6% of the proceedings, people. So don't worry, man. We treat him fairly.
I don't even want that.
But yeah,
I want a bigger cut than that. I deserve a bigger cut than that.
Is it? All right. You know what? I'll give you a bigger cut when you explain what you meant out of 16 out of 10.
I've got a new, more recent form of.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I thought, Ryan.
Sure. I'll answer that question in a bit. Like,
no, in a bit. You know, you can answer it now. But as I was saying, people, before, but now it's all good. But as I was saying, people, sarcasmcitytv.myshopify.com. That is sarcasmcitytv.myshopify.com. Worldwide shipping will be available from Monday, the 22nd of April. Before I was rudely interrupted, is available in 4 different colors: blue and white, red and black, white and black, and black and white. Like I said, you can get the 16/10 t-shirt or the 16 out of 10 t-shirt if you really want to show off that you are indeed a 16 out of 10. And again, people, link is in the pinned comment. Link is also underneath in the description and also on the homepage of the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Make sure you hit the like button on the video. Please share, subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to GTV Football on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to This Is Football on YouTube. And make sure you subscribe to Tom Little on Football. Continue to get your questions in as well, people. But let's actually get back to some of the football as well.
No, but
obviously Liverpool went out of the Europa League.
Yeah,
you want to say something?
By the way, can I just say the 2 girls below us are looking 16 out of 10s today, both of them.
I big up the panel. I told as for. But yeah, as I was saying, Liverpool went out of Europa League to Atalanta. We'll get to that. We'll go to you. G, we'll go to
you. Was talking and shut him off just to play the video.
No, I want to say so because I've been.
You got to say, go on, right? We want to hear what you got to say. Go on.
No, but I've been hammered for this.
Go on.
By the way, can I just say the 2 girls below us are looking 16 out of 10s today, both of them.
Look at his dumb face, yo. I big up the panel. I told as for. But yeah, as I was saying, people, Liverpool went out of Europa League.
Your head for that?
Liverpool went. We don't want to know.
He's actually just played it 4 times in a row. That's mad.
Yeah, he carries on. I play it 16 times in a row. But yeah, G, we'll go to you. Liverpool go out in the Europa League to Atalanta. So thoughts, it was an uphill battle from being 3-0 down, but more so not solely on that game, but the tie overall. Like you look at how you look at Klopp over both legs, certain players over both legs, etc., etc.
Listen, Hassam and Tom will tell you, man, my feelings on Klopp. So I'm not going to do the crashing on him, so to speak. But both him and the players, they just didn't know what to do in that second leg, man. Like it was, he looked baffed, the players looked baffed, and when the players looked baffed, nothing happened in that second half. Like with that, imagine, in that second half, right, of that leg, they played they played better than we did, and we needed to score 2 goals. How does that make sense? What did you talk about at halftime? Like I would have thought or assumed that at halftime that this would have been the part where people can say, "Oh, nah, gee, look, obviously this is why Klopp, you know what I mean, Mr. Galvanizer and etc. etc." And obviously he's not playing the game, and the players have to take accountability for that because they played the game absolutely poorly, no desire, all of that kind of good stuff. But yeah, from both sides, bruv, it was embarrassing, man. Like you went out just it's late night, innit? You just went out like pussies, man. I'll be honest,
say whatever, man. It's sarcasm, man. Let Ryan on there. Say what you want to say. It's all good.
it was just silly, man. Like watching that game tactically, you just look. This is what I talk about, Hassam, especially. This is what I was talking about when it came to like the tactically. You're just like, brother. Like, I'm not saying, by the way, that every team that you come up against tactically, you're always going to win. Because I've seen Pep lose to some teams who have just used better tactics than he has on the day. But, bro, you didn't even come up with another idea. Like, you just said, I'm just going to take off my best attacker, my best right back, my best left back, and I'm going to put on Jaden Dans, Sobozalai, and all these other guys. And it just didn't make any sense what you were trying to do, like at one point in the game. So
did you not think it was genius when you're chasing 2 goals with 10 minutes to go to have your goalkeeper playing 1-2s with your centre back, not progress on the pitch?
But the thing is, Tom, this is it. When I was like, oh, you know what? Maybe he just looked at it and just said, "F this, man. I don't even care about this. Let me just get these guys off the pitch and just save them for Sunday's game against Fulham." Maybe, like, as I'm trying to give him some type of benefit of the doubt, because I said, bro, like, even the way that Atalanta were playing in the first half, they didn't even look worried that they went 1-0 down. That's what worried me, because I said they didn't even look worried. But we looked more like, we're trying to rush things. Virgil mentioned that as well. And I was like, yeah, like, this is all over the gaff, man. And you're not even putting up much of a fight here. Like, from not just manager, by the way, because he's not playing, from the players specifically, but he is the one that's going out telling them X, Y, and Z. And then when you come out after the game and you do the soundbite stuff where you're like, yeah, I enjoyed parts, and I'm like, bro, shut up, man. Like, I'm tired of hearing your voice. I'm tired of listening to you say dumb stuff after games like this. Like, I need something, you know what I mean? There's something different, man. It's annoying listening to him and Virgil as well. When Virgil comes after the game and
his interview was bullshit as well.
Yeah, I'm just like, brother, like, I don't like listening to that kind of stuff. You got to understand, you've just been knocked out of a competition that you're favorites to win by a team who are not that good in their own league, regardless of the tactics. So this ain't the time to be doing sound bites. This is the time to shut up, get back on the coach, get back to England, and pray you win on Sunday. Because if you don't, it starts.
I just found it genuinely hilarious that for 180 minutes of football, we could not get a grasp of how to beat man-to-man marking. You know the thing that you're taught how to beat at age 7 when you start playing football. To move, you move around the football pitch, and then you get space, and you beat the man-to-man marking. We've done that for about 20 minutes, and then just reverted.
But that's where you have to get onto the manager.
Mindless football that doesn't achieve anything.
The manager clearly didn't prepare them well enough, because he knew even after that first leg what was going to come at the end of the day, and he quite clearly did not prepare them well enough for this second leg at the end of the day, because the players, once again, I don't even think it was a lack of desire thing or anything. They just did not have a flying foot what to do in that second half. They did not have a clue at all. It weren't even a lack of desire. They just didn't have a clue because they weren't prepared correctly for what to do in the second half. The players. I wouldn't say it was a lack of desire.
Let's not act like we would not have been more successful if he'd just done exactly the same thing we were doing in the first half. We literally just decided
because we had Trent pinging. It was the only one progressing the ball.
Ryan, you do realise Trent did play most of that second half as well. He went
but he wasn't that good in the second half because he got gassed out. So when you saw a decline in Trent's performance, you saw a decline in our whole performance, because Trent was getting gassed out. So his performance was declining in the second half, which is why he got taken off early. He literally said it himself. And when Trent's performance was declining, our whole team performance was declining, because he was the only one who could actually progress the ball forward in that first half.
Ryan, right? So hold on. So we've gathered the same thing that I've been harping on to you for weeks.
No, you were right.
And weeks and weeks about. We don't have enough ball progressors in the team.
You are right, yeah.
So then you don't drop the likes of Soboslai and Robertson at the first possible opportunity, because you lack ball progressors. And when you play as a team that we are, you need as many ball progressors on the pitch. It doesn't matter if they play well or not.
Go on, Lex, your thoughts on it. I want to hear your thoughts on it, Lex, in regards
Robertson
to going out.
Anyways,
in thoughts to the tie. The tie overall.
He's the best we have.
The tie overall. All right, look.
Can't wait for Amarim to sell him, honestly.
Trust. I've been screaming this from back up to what? Fuck off.
As a backup, bro.
I don't give a shit. Look, get us 2 new left backs, bro. I don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? That's the position we don't need backup to nothing. Anyways, look, for this type, bro, it's just as simple as this. And I'll break it down very simply. It's just like it's a Friday evening and you're working your 9 to 5 and you're getting off at 5 and it's 4. You just want to fuck off. It's just as simple. Everyone's just fucking off right now. That's literally what's happening. They're not taking anything seriously. Even Salah is fucking off. This man got an easy lob over the keeper and just kick it wide. I was like, everybody, the whole body language of the team is just like, bro, fuck all of this shit. I don't care. It don't matter. That's literally what I'm getting watching these, man. Because you got packed at Anfield, bro. You got packed at Anfield. 3-0. And what did you do on the return leg? There's just no fight, no nothing. It's not even about the tactics. It's just about the body language overall. You
reckon they gave up before they got there?
But no, it's just a case of usually the body language of the players just reflect the body language of the manager. It's just systemically like that in a sense where if you cannot see that the manager is caring enough, then there comes a point where you're like, then why should I care? You get what I say? Because this is the guy that's supposed to manage you, motivate you, put you out there, give you the proper tactics. If it's not working, change stuff up, and then let's go from here. As far as I'm concerned, for the rest of the season, just play newness and spam the ball to him every possession. I don't give a shit. I'll be honest. Just play newness and spam the ball to him every position. If him score, if him don't score. No, whatever him do, it don't matter. This is how meaningless everything has become. Because if look, everybody keep glossing over this 3-0 performance like it was just something. This is like a 7-0 that we gave. This is like the equivalent of a 7-0 to Manchester United. This is literally what this is, or 7-0 that we gave United. Atalanta came to Anfield, the Anfield, Champions League nights, and just packed us and went home. Like this. Liverpool, like this, just like that. And then we went away and actually won. What does that say about what these men are doing? Because if you could go away to Atalanta and win 1-0, you could have easily done something the first leg. But what did we do? What did we change? What happened? Nothing happened. Because as far to me, Klopp told us he was tired in January? And by the looks of things, Klopp was tired before the season even started. And the more I look at it, it's more of a case of he's just seeing out this season. Until the new guy comes in. No, have we done well so far considering the circumstances? Yes, but we could also attribute it to the point of maybe we were doing well, but then Nunes just missed so many chances. He has 32 big chances missed. Maybe at the 31st, Klopp was like, fuck this shit. You get me? I can't be bothered. I'm done with this. Because if you just imagine, right? Manchester United doesn't really create chances, right? So you don't create a lot of chances and you're still pissed off at the team. Now imagine this. Every week you watch your team, we create at least 5 to 6 big chances. And we virtually miss all of them.
Yeah, I get you.
Like, yes, we got packed 3-0 at Atalanta, but that game could have ended 4-3. These man they're just not scoring. Not even Salah scoring. Flipping Jota is missing sitters, my G. Yeah. Jota is missing sitters.
But Flawless, what did I tell you last week about Jota? Good player, and it's a boost. He's coming back. But we need to stop overhyping him. Remember I said that to you last week?
Yeah, I do.
We're putting all that pressure on him, acting like we got an Mbappe coming back into the team. Whereas Jota, he's good. And
Jota is a better finisher than Mbappe. What are you talking about here?
No, he's just talking about the level of impact, the way people were talking about him when he comes back into the side.
He was going to be the savior.
Like he's going to transform your attack.
But it was never going to happen.
Well, there's a reason for that, Ray, because he's clinical. That's not a crazy opinion.
He is clinical. We're not sucking him off. We're just saying, Jota, you always finish. Given the chances, you finish. No, he's not finishing. No one's finishing.
The guy went a whole year without scoring. Not long ago. He went a full year without scoring a single goal,
How much of that year did he spend injured? Because
Yeah, no,
I
he
think
still
there was
played
a lot
enough
of
in
that.
that year
There was
to
a lot of that
score.
time where he was out with injury. But anyway, let me just say this on
Always
the game.
Yeah,
injured.
go on. Yeah, go on. Hassan.
I
Just let
actually
the
agree with
game,
G. I'm probably the most pro Klopp person in here, but I think the Atalanta game is mostly on Klopp because he just got out tactic. This is just the reality against Atalanta. I don't think, like, the games against Crystal Palace, Man United, Manchester City, I'll defend them because we were the better team, but our team didn't take the chances. The game away at Atalanta, we were toothless. Like the Salah chance that Lex is talking about was really the only dangerous, like clear-cut goal scoring opportunity we created. Other than that, we really didn't create anything. I think we could have played for another 90 minutes and not scored. We could have played for 180 minutes and we wouldn't have scored a goal. And that has nothing to do with Salah or whatever. I think this one is purely tactical. I think Gasperini just outmanaged Jurgen Klopp. This is just the reality. So I think in the Atalanta game, Jurgen Klopp deserves criticism because I think that's the one where he let him down. My only problem with Liverpool is this is something we always do consistently. We like to, instead of putting all our eggs in one basket, based on where we're at right now, because this club is not a club currently constructed to compete on all four fronts. From the start, we should have just went youngsters and French players in the Europa League, said, you know what, this is a competition we don't give a fuck about. We're just going to put all our eggs in the Premier League basket. I have my starting 11 for the Premier League. Konate, I need you for 38 games this season.
That's what we used to do.
Alongside Virgil. Europa League, it don't really matter like that. Because let's be real, flawless. Let's assume for the sake of argument we won the Europa League. What is that going to change for Jurgen Klopp or for any of the players? What?
I get you. I agree with you on this point. Like, you should have targeted. The priority should have been Prem. Yeah, the priority should have been Prem. It should have been Prem, then Europa, FA
Then
Cup.
people come tell you, like, stop having an Arsenal mentality. It has nothing to do with mentality. It's realization. When I look at the squad at the start of the season, I don't think this is a squad that can compete on all four fronts. And that never came once across my mind ever.
I didn't even think we would compete.
We play the starting 11 in the Premier League week in, week out. Just say, fuck the Europa League from the start. Send the message. First game in the Europa League, kids, fringe players, this is your chance. This is where you're going to get a chance to impress the manager. This is where you're going to get a chance to play yourself into the Premier League team or whatever. Fair enough. But I think we should just bend off this competition from the start. This adds nothing to Jurgen Klopp or to Liverpool Football Club. The reason why we can sit up here and we can tell flawless to his face we're a bigger club than Man United is because we have 6 Champions Leagues, not because we have 3 Europas. That's just the reality. So, this is just
I have one question though, Hussam.
Yeah.
In terms of the consistently changing the starting lineup of the squad, what do you think is attributing to that? Do you think, because I've never seen Klopp do it this much. He's just been chop and changing every week.
Because I don't think he knows his best.
I think he learned from his mistake in the quadruple charge season. I think he actually looked at the squad.
Cam got you. Go on, carry on.
Sorry. I think he actually looked at the squad this season and he thought, okay, this is a quad. Probably in his mind, let's look at it from his perspective, because life is about perspective. He's thinking, I want to go for everything. So I think he learned from the quadruple charge season where basically Thiago and Fabinho were on like steroid injections in their knee to play a Champions League final. He was like, let me actually rotate this year because it's the Europa League, so if it's of lower quality, basically. But I think this is the issue.
Maybe we went that far.
Sometimes we try to spread where we focus, but we end up with nothing. This is genuinely where the problem lies. If you're unable to do something, just focus on one thing and one thing only. Because had Jurgen Klopp won the English Premier League, that's the one thing that makes the biggest difference. He came in, now we're equal to Man United in terms of league titles, now all of that shit. So even from a fan perspective, regardless who you support, it'd be like, okay, Klopp won 2 league titles against Pep. His third one was against both Pep and Arteta. So it was different. That's why every time I had this conversation at the start of the season, people like Rere would be in the chat, stop having an Arsenal mentality. I want to go for all competitions and all that shit. Yeah, that's great kumbaya speeches, but the reality is the squad that we have is not capable of it. Against Atalanta, he simply got outmanaged and outcoached. I actually think the players are less to blame against Atalanta than they are in the other games. You tell me City, you tell me United, you tell me Arsenal even at home, you tell me Luton, you tell me Brighton, I'll tell you players. You tell me Atalanta, I'll tell you Jurgen Klopp. He just got outcoached.
Thing is, Sam, like I actually hear you. Like I actually do agree with most of what you said. I do think Klopp
Too
is
late
to blame.
to agree now. Should I agree in August?
No. I agree with you in terms of he has to take a lot of blame for Atalanta as well. I think players have to take some blame as well. They should have showed a lot more against Atalanta anyway. But
it's difficult though.
I understand, bro, but they should have showed more in certain situations. But I also think, and I agree with you when it was the players to blame against Man United, for example, in the league. That was 100% on Klopp coached a win. 15 shots in the first half to 0. Klopp coached a win in that game. That's quite obvious. So I don't blame Klopp at all for the United and City games. I do think he is to blame as well for the Palace game, though. We can't forget that first half against Palace, bro. They were slicing us open easily, bro. Slicing, honestly, it was
But you
crazy.
use
That
the
first half. They
United, you
outplayed us
use the
first
first
half.
half for United as reference. Why don't we just use the second half for Crystal Palace as reference? Just change the halves.
Because we were 1-0 down again against Palace and gave ourselves something else to come back from.
Okay,
Bro, when we didn't
that's
need
fine.
to.
I accept that. However, Curtis Jones 1-on-1.
And it could have been more than 1-0 in the
Jota
first half.
Hear me out. Diego Jota tapping. Darwin Nunez tapping.
No, I hear you.
Jones
Salah
miss is
tapping.
crazy.
I
Luis
hear
Diaz
you. You have
tapping.
to blame the players for that 100%.
Okay,
but
and that's
we were
exactly why
also
the players are
lucky.
to
We were
blame.
also lucky. We went 2 or 3 down in the first half against Palace, bro. We were lucky that
Yeah,
didn't
but
happen.
Ray,
But-
that's how we've been playing football in the entirety of the
But
Klopp
then
era.
this is what you have to give Klopp criticism for, because it's quite Klopp. The way we've played football this season hasn't been anywhere near good enough. Like Klopp, for me, Klopp's tactics I don't like him. I don't like his style this season. But one thing we've given Klopp a lot of credit for this season is his in-game management, his substitutions, the way he's able to affect games during the game. Yeah, that's all fine and great. That's also not a great thing, because it shows that he's consistently getting the setup wrong at the start of the game at the end of the day. If you're having to continuously change in-game every single game, whether it's by making subs or changing the approach, formation, everything, to win us the game, it shows you're getting it wrong pretty much all the time, which shows the fact we go behind in pretty much every game we actually play.
Yeah, but that's just basic narrative. That you're using narratives.
But you have
Put
to look
the
at the
narrative to the
manager
side.
for that at the end of the
Let's
day.
look at what happened in game. Crystal Palace, you're 1-0 down. Manchester City, we're 1-0 down to Crystal Palace as well. Are you going to blame Pep? No, you're not.
No,
Because
but that
Kevin
City
took
game
his
was different.
chances.
We actually played
Erling
well in that
Haaland
City
took his
game.
chances. Hear me out. Erling Haaland took his chances. At the end of the day, we created 6. I'm not saying chances. I'm saying 6 where it should be goal. So, like, forget the one that Palace scored, or even the one other dangerous chance that you could say that they have, even if I give them a goal for that one. When you look at the game as like, is this Aaron? Big up to Aaron if it's
You
him.
too, Will. Yeah. That's it. Yeah,
Big up,
Big up.
If it's the game against Crystal Palace, it's just another example of players letting us down. Your job as Jurgen Klopp is to put the team in the best possible place to win. Me and you and Lex and G and Flawless, everyone who watches Jurgen Klopp over the last 7-8 years, know Jurgen Klopp is not putting you in a position to win via defending. He's doing it via attacking. That's how he does it. Now, we consider a goal against Palace, not the end of the world. It's okay. We went 1-0 down before and we've come back. What
like 20 times for the
You
season.
can't rely on that all the time. You can't rely on just going.
Understand what I'm saying? Hear me out. What happened after the 1-0 is genuinely a disgrace from the football players.
No, I hear
Curtis
you.
Jones had a 1-on-1 that you would score. Jota had a tap-in that you would score. Nunez had a tap-in that you would score. Salah had a chance that any of us would score as well. See, I'm including Salah before people in the chat start bitching.
No,
Diaz even had a tap-in in the first half. Every single forward and even midfielders. By the way, Wataru Endo hit the post from like 5 yards out as well. That's enough.
He hit the bar.
So I'm giving you a plethora of clear-cut must-be goals.
Yeah.
But they also had chances as well, bro, especially in that first
because we
half.
conceded a goal. I cannot do that.
But they had chances as well in that first half. Let's be real. They were the better team that first half. How are we getting? How
My
is
brother
Crystal Palace
Luton
coming
had
to
chances
Anfield and
against
being the better team in the first
What
half?
does have chances mean? So what? It's the Premier League. You're gonna concede chances.
We shouldn't be conceding that many chances to Palace, bro. Let's at home.
Crystal Palace scored twice against Manchester City.
Come on, that.
You're talking about
Again, don't use that as a measuring stick. Use that as a fact that Manchester City also criticized Manchester City for that particular game. We should not be conceding that many chances at home to Crystal Palace.
This guy, Dick.
Jurgen Klopp's job is to put the team in the best possible place to win.
And he didn't do that from the start.
One second. The reason why I blamed him for Atalanta is because we were out-tacticked and out-coached. Against Crystal Palace, we were not out-tacticked, we were not out-coached, we were not out-managed. We did not take the clear-cut goal-scoring opportunities we got. If Curtis Jones scores one and Jota scores one, I'm talking about the one-on-one and the tap-in. 2 chances right there.
That Jones was crazy.
Those 2 right there, if you score them, Ryan is here telling me, Hussam, why don't you have chest? City look defeated. City look like, you know,
I
maybe they
gave
won't
up
win
on
the
the
league this
title
season.
after
We
the
still have
United
chance.
game,
We're
bro.
top of the league.
I gave up on it after the United game.
That's not the point. No, you're a liar. You didn't give up after United.
No, I
Don't
gave
lie.
up on it.
No, you gave after Palace. Don't lie.
I said
Don't lie.
we
You gave
weren't
up
winning it
after
after
Palace.
United.
You know what? You changed your mind so many times. You probably did.
Had we
One week
beaten
it's
Crystal
Liverpool,
Palace, we
1
would have
week
been
it
a
was
point
Arsenal,
above
the next
Manchester
week
City.
it's Manchester City.
Stop
Like,
waffling. It would have been a point ahead of City.
Yeah, the other week it was Arsenal, unstoppable, one of the best Premier League sides you've ever seen. Where they need more respect, you deserve their flowers. Flawless, you're being
Arsenal proved me
disingenuous, so
wrong.
you don't want to
Arsenal
talk about
proved
that.
me wrong.
Yeah, so don't bring me into it because you don't
After
want to start talking
quadruple
about
unbearable chasing Reds.
Yeah.
Hey, you know
before
your
that,
problem is you live in the moment too much.
you-
Sometimes you just have to forget the moment and let us actually look at what the fuck happened this season.
Mhm.
You want to hear? You want to hear
Say
bottom
that
line?
shit out loud
Let me
to
give you a
yourself,
bottom
man.
line
If
conclusion.
it makes
Let me
sense.
just say this one. Sorry,
Mhm.
I give a bottom line conclusion right now. The reason why Liverpool didn't win the league is because we're not fucking good enough. It has nothing to do with Jurgen
Yeah, I
Klopp.
agree. I
We
hear
cannot
that.
just say Klopp alone. It's just because we are not
That's
fucking
overall.
good enough. And we should realize that in January. January, we were one of the clubs. You know, there were 2 clubs in the Big Six that could afford to spend close to 150 million without breaking a single FFP rule.
Yeah,
Liverpool and Spurs. Ivan Toney now, if we would have signed him, would be worth that fucking 70
Bro,
million.
they were
that we
never
paid him.
buying anyone in January when we had a new. We
That's
don't
not the
even know who
point.
new
Okay,
manager
Ray,
is gonna
be
be.
okay. Be
We
real.
don't know
Be
who the new
real.
manager
Be
is
real.
gonna
Be
be at
real.
the end of the day.
I'm
Same
going
with
to give you a realistic scenario. Ivan Toney, you know Jurgen Klopp's leaving. No problem. Jurgen
Yeah,
Klopp
yeah.
calls Toney. He's like, I'm leaving in 6 months. Do you think Ivan Toney would say no to a chance of playing for Liverpool Football Club just because
No,
Klopp's leaving in
he
6
wouldn't,
months?
He wouldn't.
Okay, so don't argue semantics. So me and you agree that he would have joined. That's another
No, he would
example.
have
You
100%
need
joined. I'm not denying that. I'm saying that because Ivan Toney would have 100% joined Liverpool. He's a Liverpool fan. At the end of the
and
day.
we'd be top of the league with 6-7
Yeah,
points
no,
now, easily.
if we'd have gone in for Ivan Toney, he would 100% have joined. I've got no doubt about that. What I'm saying
That's my
is
point.
the club were never going to buy anyone in January, knowing that Jurgen Klopp is leaving, and we don't even know who our new manager is going to be long term.
And that's where the
what if that
ownership
signing
are
doesn't
the
work?
biggest
What if the
problem.
new manager doesn't work? You know, what if that
But
new
that's why
signing
the
doesn't
ownership
work
are
out
the
for the
biggest
new
problem.
manager?
If we had Sheikh Mansour, he wouldn't care. He'd go get the striker. Win me the league this season. Simple.
Because the
That's
thing
the
is, what's
reality.
crazy is with all the chances you create, if you have an Ivan Toney, you are
Yeah,
Arsenal
no,
actually go and
I
sign
agree.
out. That's the craziest part in January. Everybody knew what you two needed, and neither of your clubs did it. And yeah, you might have signed Ivan Toney and it didn't work, but guess what? It gives you a much better chance. Look how close
No,
you
I
are
hear
to the
that,
top
I
of
hear
the
that.
table. Even if it's not
No,
Ivan
it
Toney,
would
why
have
not
worked.
a striker? No,
It
no,
would
I'm
have
saying it would. I'm saying I believe it would have. But the point I'm making is go get why not try and rectify what is a clear problem, even if it's not Ivan Toney? Why not go and sign a striker knowing it's like?
I
well, we
mean,
did
just
the right
like Klopp said when we needed midfielders, he said we didn't need midfielders. So.
Let
No,
me get
but
to
And this is
that.
my thing with Klopp. This
Hussam,
is why I hold
And
him
then a summer
culpable as
later, he
well.
sold
Like
7 and bought 4.
you get
Hussam,
me.
I got a question,
If
though.
you're not going to run at Jose Mourinho and come out and say, "Yo, the board is shit. They're not giving me my players." Like, bro, you're culpable. You get what I say? You have full blame.
Hussam,
Because
I've got a question though, bro. Like
Before you get to that, Ryan, hold that thought on that question. Big up to everyone that's tapped in. Over 200 of you lot watching. Run up the likes. I don't know how many likes we're on, but it's not enough. Like check 1 2 1 2. And hit the subscribe button as well. Make sure you subscribe to G's channel.
Moving like
Make
the
sure you
Liverpool
subscribe to
forward.
Football.
Hit the
Make
like
sure
button.
you subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to Tom's channel as well. Let me just get to a couple of the super chats and a couple of the comments as well. Big up to Surfer, who says happy 420 to everyone. I predict that Ryan will change his mind on who will win the title 16 to 10 times this weekend. Use 16 out of 10 Wallad with a laughing emoji. Big up to my guy Surfer.
If
Big
we
up to
beat
Randy.
Fulham and Arsenal drop points to Wolves, he's gonna change.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Oh,
We know what's
yeah,
gonna
I
happen.
will, I will actually.
See, he knows. Big up to
This
Randy,
year,
man.
fair enough.
Good to see you in the
Now
chat.
you know why I actually won't.
Can I get to the super chat, Ryan?
Ryan,
Can I get to the super
No, you
chats and then
can't.
you
I was
can
gonna
say
fix
what
it,
you
innit?
need to
Like-
say. All right, okay, yeah, go on, carry on, go on.
No, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do
You're
it.
gonna
Don't do
say?
it. Don't do it.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. That's what I thought. Bench niggas talking like they starters. But yeah, big up to Randy for the super chat. Says flawless. My tribal chief, I acknowledge you. Hey, salute to you, Randy. Much appreciated, man. It's good to see you over here because you're always supporting me. I'm back again, so I appreciate it. Says my tribal chief. Can you play that 16 out of 10 clip again? I've got you before we close out. Don't worry, Randy. Big up to Rooney 08 as well. Says LOL, man's are fighting when your fair year's leaving. Hey, this is what happens, man. And big up to Cam as well because he just bought one of the t-shirts. Done again. Link for the 16 out of 10 tees Merchandise link is Wearlex in the pin comment. Wearlex at the great price of £16.10. sarcasmcitytv.myshopify.com. He says, Ray, support the hustle G, cop one and own that shit. You too daft to do that. I'm big up to Phineas.
Hey, you need to start a YouTube channel, Ray, because everybody knows about this shit.
I done told him he should have. He missed out on this and called it 16 out of 10 and just ran it. You know what I'm saying? You should have ran it. 100, how can you miss out on this? That's
like everyone knows about this shit.
Would have blew up. You know what I'm saying? He should have owned that shit, but he too daft. So here we are. I'll make money.
He's in Australia now.
Say that again. Yo, we could have just ran with it. The song.
No, I'm saying he has haters in Malaysia and Australia. He could have capitalized.
You could have 16-10. You could have been like 32-20. You could have gone and show that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
bro, you have haters in Jordan. You have haters everywhere.
You could have halved it.
Yeah, the one hater in Jordan is next to me on the stream. Like, what are we doing here?
Literally, I've had people tell me, "Are you shipping worldwide?" Yeah, make sure it gets to Togo. I'm like, don't worry, I ain't forgot the motherland. Literally, people every continent people have mentioned it. And
there's a guy in Antarctica watching this right now, probably hating on Ryan.
He's like, he's too cold anyway. On the hoodies, will be next, and don't worry, I got you. After this
Antarctica,
stuff,
is it worldwide thing?
We are worldwide, flawless. I know it's a joke.
Next up, penguin, just going like
Ryan is getting. You are the idiots. Flawless, I know it's a joke, but it's Ryan getting a shirt and merch, or is at least all going back into Sarcasm City TV. I won't feel right buying. If not, here the thing is, Ryan didn't even want you lot to get merch in the first place. So no, Ryan won't be getting the percentage.
I didn't want the fucking clip to get shown in the first
There we go then. So the only reason you're getting merch is because of me. Shout out to my head of creative though, because she did a stellar job. I did 99% of the work. However, of course, it's all going back into Sarcasm City TV because I am Sarcasm City TV.
Should be going into my back pocket.
It will be going into equipment. So here we are. So yes, it will be going into equipment and other things. Like for instance, I let you lot know there's going to be a new logo. I'm going to get a new Sarcasm City TV logo. So it'll be going into that. When I get a new banner.
How am I not getting a share of this?
Because you didn't want, because yours daft, you're too stupid.
Would you have this merch without me? Be honest.
No, but would you have created the merch without me?
I didn't create the merch though.
Exactly. So you would have had no idea.
But you wouldn't have this merch without me.
Yeah, I'm smart. I'm smart enough. I can capitalize off you better than you. It's not my fault. I'm just smarter than you, and I can strike while the iron's hot. Because if it was me, I would have never.
Create the YouTube channel. My days.
If you, they can. People can think
3220. That's a good name for a YouTube.
3220 would have slapped 1610, 3220. But and we gave you these ideas. You should have owned it. If that's me, I own it. What did Hassan
TV? Let's go
from the start.
I haven't got the time to make a YouTube channel.
And people who agree with your bad takes would actually tune in.
And they'd actually tune in to cook you.
Because I actually have people who won't cook you.
You would get monetized quickly, 100%. You would have eaten. And every time,
bro, literally everyone, bro, it's on Saeed, it's on flipping troops, it's on flipping rants. Everywhere, every flip rants. Literally today, this man was saying flipping.
Well, even put him in the
introduction.
In the intro video.
Because we rated 16 out of 10s, but you were too stupid to come
out. Even put him in the
when
intro.
did Rand show it?
He didn't show it, but
he didn't show it, but
he knows about it.
We've been talking about it in the chat and everywhere.
Yeah. So it's not my fault. Like, you should have started the channel or said to me, yo,
you are literally famous, bro.
But you too stupid to do that. You was like, I don't put the merch.
As a matter of fact, because of that clip, more people probably know you than know Flawless.
Yeah, facts. Without doubt. They probably know me as the guy from the clip. Well. Yeah, so they probably like, oh, you're the guy.
Yeah, but you are the focus of the clip.
Yes. You are the focus. I'm the backup.
There's no such thing as bad publicity, blood. Yeah, who cares, bro? It's like, look, it's embarrassing to be a hoe, ain't it? All of these girls wear it proud. I know they're making millions, fam.
Yeah, facts. So yeah, just to clarify, so that's why Ryan's not getting a cut, Phineas, because he didn't want the merch out in the first place. So because I'm smart enough to monetize it, he should eat. No, but it will be going back into Sarcasm City TV. Like I said, new logo. When we bring the shop back around and there's more colors and there's hoodies and there's Sarcasm City hoodies and tees and all these, I just used it as the launch. That's what it was. This 16 out of 10 was just the launch for the shop.
But why are you only selling it for a month?
Say that again. See, because you don't know it because it's limited time only. And then you stop.
It has to be limited time.
Exactly. This guy
It's
don't get
flipping
business.
bro. It's
Go on.
because it's
Go on.
clout. Clout
All
does
right,
not
yeah, I
last
know what you mean
forever.
now. I actually know what you mean now. Yeah.
Exactly.
I was
And
so
then,
confused for a second.
what he will do next is find another clip and run it again.
And then I
Because
run
you
the
have
He
so
would find
many,
it,
dog.
and then even outside of that 16 out of 10, it's only the teas. I bring it
Bro,
back.
listen, start doing comedy skits. Like Jesus Christ, you can't lose off this shit. just start doing random comedy skits.
Then when I bring it back, the teas is with different colors. Then I bring back hoodies, caps, beanies, mugs, stickers, the whole nine, water bottles, everything. You know what I'm saying? And I bring it back with Sarcasm City TV logos, and that's a limited time. Then we stop. Then we run something else, and so forth and so forth. I just needed a reason to launch the shop, and your stupid self, Ryan, gave me a reason to launch.
This man could have bought an Afro and be like, "Oh, look at me, I'm flawless, 16 out of 10. Oh, play the clip. Oh, play the clip. I'll play it again and again." You know, some shit like that. Like, bro, come on, man.
I still think Troops is the one to blame the most for all
Yeah,
this.
blame. Hey, whoever you want to blame.
Bro, listen. You blame yourself, blood, because you're the one that made the clip.
You know why?
Nope, it ain't nobody.
He showed it on a 300K channel, bro.
Clip. You are the clip. You cannot blame anyone else.
Troops is the one most to blame.
But yeah, like to back to the valid point.
Sam a question?
That's what it was. So yeah, wait, did I get to all the super chats? Yeah, I did. But again, people, link for the teas is in the pin comment. Like I said, only available for a limited time. 16th of May, 10 p.m. The shop will close. However, if you join the membership at the second level, the shop will be open to you 24/7 people, 24/7 all year round. Go on, Ryan, get to it.
Like Hassan, bro, like you say, like Klopp, you're obviously defending Klopp, but like, why? Like the way he sets up, why is it we're going 1-0 down and conceding the first goal all the time, bro? Like, come on, surely that has to be something to do with the manager not preparing the team properly or the manager not setting up the team properly from the start. Like, bro, that can't be that we concede the first goal too many times for it to be just a random thing, bro. There's something behind it. Why do we always concede the first goal, bro? Like,
but the thing about it, were we playing the system before?
What do you mean?
Before all right, we're conceding these goals now, right? But we were always playing the system.
Thing has been going on since the end of the season. We almost won the quad a couple of years ago. At the end of that season, we started conceding the first goal, and it's been going on ever since then. At the end of the day, and he hasn't.
Here's the thing, right? We were conceding the first goal even in the quadruple, even in the year where we won the league. We were nicknamed 2-1 FC.
We weren't.
I still remember we conceded the first goal.
No.
1 second, Ray, you want an answer? I'm gonna give you an. Why are you asking me the question? Then you answer your own
You weren't
question.
doing it anywhere near as much.
He asked me, and then when I'm getting to the answer, he wants his own answer.
I'm actually going to search how many times we conceded the first goal.
Listen, so you'll understand. That game against Leicester, we conceded first. The game against Aston Villa away from home, where Robertson scored at the end, we conceded first. We conceded first hella times. And it's the way that Klopp plays football. Now, what you should realize is we shouldn't be brainwashed. Pass left, pass right 500 times is not the only way to play football. There's multiple different ways to play football. There's managers who play counter-attack. There's managers who play gegenpress. We have been watching this. Yeah, we've been watching this Klopp ball for a really long time. And we've been conceding goals first for a really long time as well. Nothing changed in terms of us conceding goals first. The difference now is I went from prime Sadio Mane, prime Firmino, even Origi, Shaqiri, and these men to Nunez, Diaz, and Gakpo, of which you want to sell Mo Salah and keep Nunez, Diaz, and Gakpo, which is like literally the problem. So I don't think it's necessarily him not setting the team up correctly. I think this is just, once again, feel like this is just a narrative. Like, this is just a narrative because Liverpool have been playing this way from the moment Klopp stepped foot into Liverpool.
Hussam, I just checked, yeah?
1 second. We knew the type of manager he was from when we hired him. He's not the manager that's going to give you control. He's not the manager that's going to tell Endo, McAllister, and Curtis Jones, hey, guys, pass the ball left and right 5,000 times and keep it. He doesn't give a fuck about possession. We beat Spurs by having less possession than them in a Champions League final. Who cares?
I agree with that. But I just checked. You said we kept conceding the first goal in the season we won the league. I just checked. In the league-winning season, we conceded the first goal in 7 games that season, and like 3 of those games were after we won the league. 3 of those games were after we won the league. So actually, you compare. You compare it to this season, it's probably in double figures, bro. Like, it's scary this season, bro.
I think it's 20.
21.
You know,
at the same time, Ryan, you have to remember too, it's like there has been a lot of changes, and the thing about it is Klopp, and that is the thing where with every system that is created, it also has its weaknesses. Now, when you've been found out to an extent, then you have to make slight changes to said system. But even there comes a point where everything just kind of runs stale. You get what I said? So it's just a case where when we analyze this system, right? Maybe really and truly Klopp saying he's tired at this point in time. Maybe it's just time for a change. And maybe we just need to embrace that change and move forward. It's just a case of though the problem isn't necessarily the system, because if it was a case where we weren't creating the chances we were created, and we weren't having players missing 30 plus clear cut chance, it's not almost chance, it's not shots on goal, it is big chances missed.
Clear.
We have one guy with 32.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
One guy.
Flawless, there's a guy with 32 big chances missed and 7 scored.
Yeah, you shown the I remember the graph. You shown it back again.
Do you realize how crazy it is?
I remember
that is mental. That is mental.
Like, how am I supposed to believe that's the guy I'm supposed to keep?
Chances. We've watched him miss these chances. We've seen it. It is unbelievable, blood. It's to a point where the Newcastle finishes don't even matter anymore. He's totally erased those.
I've forgotten that game, I'll be honest. No.
You're on mute, G.
Yeah, I'm mute.
No, I was saying, do you guys know of a striker yet who started out rubbish in terms of their finishing and then turned into some deadly finisher?
Yeah, I was saying this to my dad the other day, because like I was saying he's never going to be good enough, Dad. Like I was saying, he's never going to improve his finishing. It's never ever going. He's always going to be like this. He's always going to be.
There's just one thing about that, though. There's just one thing about that is the reason that we signed him in the first place. It was because of his finishing. It was because of his work rate and so on and so forth. Like, obviously the finishing wasn't the pinnacle, but when we looked at what he did the season before he came here, we were like, oh, this man bagged like 30 plus times. Like, yeah, exactly. So then we use that as a basis to say, okay, Nunes, come and score for us. And no, he just does not score for us. Whether it is that he's picking up the ball in areas that he doesn't like it, which makes zero sense, because as a striker, if you're in the 6-yard box, just keep the ball in the goal. Just like the other day, right? Against Crystal Palace, this man laced the ball straight to the keeper. I'm not the best footballer in the world, but even when I'm lacing a ball, I know how to position it somewhere else other than just straight towards the keeper. Right? The only time I will lace a ball straight towards the keeper is when I'm not confident. It's when I'm afraid I'm going to miss. I just try to get it on target just to be safe. But at this point in time, I cannot attribute it to confidence. Bro, you're just trashed for the stage that you're on. You just need to go on a different stage. You need to move from getting Netflix specials as a comedian to just doing flipping stand-up comedy in random bars, blood. You get what I say? Because at this point in time, like, we just cannot attribute for your fuckery, blood. We cannot compensate for this. We're suffering because of this. So it's just a case where bin him, as Hussam says, bin what that next ball in him, bin Diaz, and find and then say Amarim and say, yo, if it's even for bring toward the and you know what? No, scratch that. No Portuguese league people anymore. So stop buying from the Portuguese league. Full stop. Liverpool.
But the man apart from the manager, though, Amarim, yeah, you with the manager.
You with the manager. All right. Maybe. All right. Look. Maybe the Portuguese thing might work if we have the Portuguese manager. Maybe that's when it will work. Maybe that's what we need, because we just roll in these Portuguese man and their shit. Maybe because it's a German manager. You get what I say? Maybe. I don't know. But as far as I'm concerned, like, bro, no matter the excuses we want to make for these man, we cannot attribute for the chances missed. And it's when we group all of them together, it's probably over 50. And give us at least 15 of these goals, we would be on top everywhere. We'd still be where we need to be.
I wasn't even thinking of this. This is genius. He says Flawless is going to say Mourinho. No, I wasn't. But hey, Lex, when we say
I don't know why you bring the Warrior J. What, you know how long I've been here the whole stream. I've been here the whole stream saying to myself, when is this Mourinho shit going to come up? Literally. But
yo,
anyway.
I didn't. Hey, in my defense, that wasn't me. Warrior J said that. I wasn't even thinking that. That is brilliant. For those that don't know, on the Yardman show, me and Lex have had many discussions in regards to Mourinho at his current level. Well, yeah, man, he saying Mourinho. What you saying, man? He fits the Portuguese mold.
Yeah, bro, listen.
I mean, I'd take Mourinho like for a second, like.
Yeah, for a season, just to be an asshole. And win us the FA Cup because that's all we're winning now anyway. So shit.
But look at the meaty managers that are. Yeah, we got to remember, bro. Like, look at them.
In a back four, Van Dijk would be a god. Like, if we regress the line, like if Amorim comes in, give us a back three and push the line back a little bit, then we'll be fine, bruv.
Oh man, I hear you. They got Warrior J. I see you, fam. And Warrior J, the question, don't worry, I'll ask the chat. I mean, I'll ask the panel now. I think I've started anyway. If it's not this one, let me know, Warrior J. But you mentioned, where is it?
You had posted it earlier, yeah.
Yeah, this one, he said, recently Liverpool's forward line has been criticized from your fan base. So my question, who do you want to start for the remaining games? And who do you want to see leaving and staying? So I think
as long as Nunes ain't starting, I don't really care.
So you're any of the three?
Just any three apart from Nunes, I'm all right with it, I'll be honest.
I don't even think it even matters.
You have to think about that though. You have to think about that though, because the reason Nunes actually is in the position to get the chances that he gets is because the system actually suits him. He's just a shit finisher. If he was a finisher, he'd be a god right now. He'd be looking to eclipse flipping Haaland's last season. You get what I say? But he's finding himself into positions where the system is clearly providing these positions for him. You get what I say? So it's just a case of being him and then what? We'll put in Gakpo.
No, but Lex, be real, Lex, yeah? And I agree with you, by the way. That's why it doesn't matter.
It don't matter, bro.
He said it don't matter who the free is.
Just play Jota, Salah, and whoever else. Flip a coin.
Aiden Dance.
Yeah. I said flip a coin.
That's what I'm saying.
As a matter of fact, Salah, put Salah central and put Elliot on the right, and we just run with that.
Bro, I'll try anything.
Because Elliot has been playing good. Klopp just don't like technical footballers, blood. Because Elliot can dribble and do little 1-2s and little dings here and there. Like Klopp is like, no, PNP, straight on through. Bench. PNP, bench. And you know, this is the thing. I'm a Liverpool fan, and yes, I praise Klopp and everything, but I've suffered through this period watching this football. I'll be honest with you. It's not that I want to see this Pep football, but there are times where I watch this football team and I'm saying, Klopp, for this game, for the last 10 minutes of the game, please just drop the line. Please just pat the midfield. Please just stop the press. Don't press. We need to win now. Just do something. Bro, we don't even park the bus at City. We do not park. We don't have a bus. We literally don't have a bus.
Hey,
it's just
before you carry on, Lex. Let them know where they can find you, all that good stuff, what you got coming up over the weekend. Make sure you subscribe to This Is Football, of course.
I'm doing inshallah tomorrow an Arsenal Wolves hate along. I don't know why. The league's done already, but we can shit on Arsenal as well, as we are falling off. We can laugh at the other team falling off as well. Fuck it, why not? Chelsea as well tomorrow. I'm with Chelsea because I don't need City winning anything this season. Will be beautiful.
I want City to win the FA Cup.
No, City gonna cook them.
I want City to win.
I think Chelsea gonna win.
Well, it depends on the starting lineup. If them start KDB and Haaland, it's a wrap.
Yeah, I actually think Chelsea will win as well. I think Chelsea.
What you say? Cole Palmer hat-trick, ultimate revenge to the sale.
Let's go,
yes,
man.
I think this is the moment right here. I think Chelsea have had City's number, but anyway, that's beside the point. Look, make sure you guys are liking
as well.
Make sure you guys are subscribing to Sarcasm City TV. Go get your 1610 t-shirts. You get me? So like and subscribe right now. And today we came here. We've sentenced Ray. The jury have found him guilty of all the footballing crimes possible to humanity.
And the
And
girl
he's been
crimes, don't
sentenced
forget that.
to life in prison for all the shit football takes. You know, one good football take challenge is still on, well and truly on. Anyway, big up to you, Lex. Big up to G as well.
Big up,
and
big up.
Big up. And yalla, I'll see you guys
Bro,
later.
big up.
Peace out. Love.
Hey, bless
All
up.
right, big up.
Love every time, man. Big up. You already know. You already know. Shouts out. Make sure you lot go subscribe to that time every single time. You never know who's going to drop in on Sarcasm City TV, man. You never
for
know
real.
who is going to drop in, people. Like, again, still over 170 of you lot locked in. Don't know how many likes we're on, but run up the likes, hit the subscribe button. Yeah, man, I want all the ups to fail like that. Jose, hey, you know what? This kind of works if Mourinho gets the job. So if I remix that bar, Prime,
You know, I've
I got
never.
you.
What's the actual line? What's that?
The actual
line?
bar is I want all the ups to fail, like that Jurgen guy on Merseyside. That's the actual bar.
Why are you singing this shit?
Why? Because it slaps. That's why it's the bar that hits.
That don't slap, but
It does. It don't to you, but it does to everyone else. Because that is when I go and all the response I got, kind of like the 16 out of 10 thing.
Yeah,
all the
Prime
response I got in regard to that verse. Yeah. Prime is a Chelsea fan, but you don't like you lot either. Nobody does. But that's the bar that everyone points to in the song. Like when I wrote it, it's just funny because it's something I would say anyway. Like I do want, you know why I said the bar? Because it's true. People always like, oh, rappers always lying in their bars. I don't lie. I do want all my ups to fail.
What you want, innit?
That's true.
Right now.
I need to dip now, though.
Hey,
innit?
bless
But
up,
big
Ryan, every
you,
single
man.
time.
Big
Bless up,
big
yeah,
big
every time. Safe, bless.
Curfew.
But
Man,
yeah, like no, so like that's not a lie. I do want all my ups to fail. The same way I want Jurgen to fail on Merseyside. It's the same shit. That's all it is. It's true and it's funny. That's why I said it. Well, shout out to everyone that's seen prayer for the ups. So if I ever do remix that bar, I'll probably remix that verse actually. So yeah, I appreciate your Prime, 100%. I still got more because it's longer than the 16 what I originally wrote. But yeah, man, big up Prime. Let's see what else you lot are saying in
I
the
want
chat.
Coventry.
That was a joke, man. Flawless, who would you rather play play City or Chelsea in the final? Of course, Chelsea.
Chelsea easily.
Yeah, Chelsea.
The matchup suits you better.
Yeah, of course. Like, well, yeah.
What was the score in your last game against Chelsea?
4-3. It was the 4-3 game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you man sack Ten Hag just before that game, you stand a way better chance. You don't even
I wish we did.
Just send them out by themselves.
I wish we did. This is why I've been banging on about getting rid of him and getting an interim because we're on for a trophy. And that new manager bounce could take us to a FA Cup. But we'll see. Hopefully today, because it's technically today now, Chelsea do the business. Because I need, like, we match up stylistically, we match up all wrong against City. Just a joke, man. We stylistically, we match up all wrong against City, and they're better than us. When people are like, do you want to see play City? No. Why?
Hey, Flores, I got a question, yeah? I don't know if someone already asked it. Maybe they did.
It's cool.
It was in regards to, I was literally just looking at something just now about the whole Zidane stuff, etc., right? And I was looking at some Man United fans, what they were saying about it. Do you think he'd be like the right type of manager for you? Let's just say, hypothetical world, he could come. Let's just say, I'm not believing it right now, but let's just say he could come.
Yeah, he
would
was
that
available.
be the right guy for you right now?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm taking Zidane, yes. Because people are talking about.
No. Not are you taking him?
Would he be the right guy? Yes. Because I think he's the best. He's like resume wise, there's no one better available. And people will say, "Oh, rebuild." First and foremost, I don't trust any of us. So people talking all this rebuild stuff.
So
I don't trust any of us. Go on, Lex.
So all right, look. Sometimes, all right. This is why I like to attribute things to percentages, right? Because I don't necessarily think, based on the moves that Ineos have made so far, is it 100% distress? Would you say as
no, it's not 100% progress?
As things
they've
progress,
done good things. They've done a couple good things. Omar Barada and Jason Wilcox is all well and good, but dealing with the Glazers is a big red mark. If you truly care about Manchester United, you would not sit down and do a deal with them and be in conversation with them.
No, that's understandable. But at the end of the day, sometimes you have to do business with your enemies in order to progress.
Yeah, so they say in it. I don't believe in them. I have no reason to.
No. It's not in terms of belief. Do you think they're currently making the moves necessary to actually see some form of progress going forward?
Yeah, but managers have done this before and that's failed.
No, but it's a whole system overhaul. You man, even got rid of your fucking medical team, blood.
Yeah. That's all well and good. I'm still waiting. See, I'm not gassed by this.
No. It's not about being gassed. It's about
It's two steps in the right direction. Carry on.
Mhm.
The manager thing will let me
But
know all I need to know.
it's steps that you've never taken before.
Yeah, cool. You get
Yeah, true,
congrats.
very true.
Congrats. You did the basics. Congrats. You took over the
but
club and you
you've
did the
never
basics.
done the basics. It's like
Yeah,
a
I
child
know.
learning to walk. When they take the first step, they're not the most balanced. But,
you're not a child.
you still
I
feel
hear
decent
that,
about
but
it.
they're not a child though. That's the big
No,
difference.
but the analogy is good because it's
club
something
is.
that you've never done before.
I hear that. It's still distrust. Do the job. I'm not with that. Do the job. Carry on.
Yeah,
I need more steps. Come to me when it's finished. Don't tell me about what the house is going to look like. Don't tell me like that. Listen, like this is what I'm saying. Don't talk to me about the house being built and what it's going to look like. Build the house and then come shout me. That's what it is.
But flawless sometimes.
So you don't even want to see what it looks like.
Nah,
like
what it looks like.
No.
No.
You have to go back in and change the electric.
Do that. Well, do what they gotta do. You know what I'm saying? Come get me when it's finished.
But what, you're that dejected?
Yes. Look how I've been for 10 years. Yes, I'm that dejected. Yes.
Yo, this man has been fucking.
Yes.
This man
like,
is
so that's what it is.
blood.
I don't trust anybody sitting down with the Glazers. You truly want what's best for Manchester United, and you're willing to sit down and do a deal with the Glazers. All right, cool.
No, but flawless, there's a lot of times you have to sit with your enemies to move forward.
Yes, 100%. But that's if you don't care. Yes, I hear that. If you said it there, if you want to move forward. These people have come in and said, I want what's best for Manchester United. Yeah. No part of that is Glazers. The reason why we're in such a mess is because of them.
All right, look. I have a knife in my hand. Mm-hmm. You have gotten hold of the blade, but you want the knife. It would be better for you for both of us to come to some sort of agreement for you to get the knife, innit?
Well, yeah, but why are you agreeing with someone who's coming at you with a knife? You know what 100% takeover is? A gun, go shoot them. That's what it is.
No, but what I'm saying, if you have the shitty end of the stick, but you want the good end, you can't kick them out because this man has the stick.
Like I said, come and build. I'm not going to move on this. Come and get me when the house is built. Just making great steps. Omar Barada, cool. Jason Wilcox, cool. I can't even guarantee that these men are going to sack Ten Hag and bring in the right guy.
Yeah, obviously.
I don't even know.
You have to remember the tenure technically hasn't really started. Just
they're working now. They're working now. That's why they're
working behind the scenes, but there will be certain decisions that they can't make yet because their actual start date isn't in the summer.
But they would have made with Ten Hag. I'd like to believe. I don't know how true this is that they made a decision on Ten Hag. We don't know. We're gonna hear conflicting reports. This is my problem. I don't know if they've made the correct decision on Ten Hag. That's what it is. It's just the unknown. That's not their fault. They don't have to come out and say it.
To bin him.
I would. Do I trust? I have no reason to trust. I have no. Let's not hear what I'm saying. I have no reason to trust any of us or anybody there.
Oh my days!
Exactly. I have no reason to say that they're going to get rid of it.
Literally Christmas for everybody.
Exactly, and this is the point I'm making. I'm not saying they will or they won't.
You deciding to give me a girl blood.
The point I'm making is that's a crazy analogy, but the point I'm making is, I hear you. That's why it's crazy. But the point I'm making is I have no reason to believe them. What have any of us done to make me believe that they're going to sack Ten Hag?
No, I hear it, man. Seeing is believing at the end of the day.
Exactly. They've done nothing. They've done zero to convince me that they are going to sack Ten Hag.
They've done zero to convince you that they're going to sack him. Yes. Just definitively. But they have made steps in the right direction.
Oh, steps is all well and good. I look for definitives. I don't look for
clearly
steps.
In the right direction.
I don't look for steps. I look for definitives. Don't bring me the steps and what could have been and maybe and sometimes on Sunday and other time on Saturday and maybe on a Wednesday. No. Definitive. That's what I look for. And Red Dead United, who said if we don't win the FA Cup, he's gone flawless. I don't want that to be the case.
As a matter of fact, if he wins the FA Cup, if he doesn't win the FA Cup, if he miraculously gets you to top 4, I don't care what the criteria is. There should be no criteria to keep Ten Hag.
Exactly. I agree with you.
Hero.
But I would be shocked to think that there even is I don't think there is. I believe that they would have already come to a decision. It is just going to come down to other factors, like if the manager wants to come, whatever manager that is, if the manager is even available, like to leave maybe a different job, if it's a manager in a job. Like I don't think they've already said, if he gets top 4, he has to stay. Like no.
I'll be honest with you. The only thing I can think is that the decision to sack Ten Hag isn't in the right hands yet. That's the only thing I can think. Because as far as I'm concerned,
Yeah.
Ten Hag should have been already binned, regardless of if you have a manager or not.
Yes, he should have
Just
been.
drop
So
me an
this is the
intern.
point I'm making: is I have nothing currently, and I
to
have
go
no
off. You have
previous
nothing
to go
yeah.
off. So that's why
Mhm.
I'm literally just in the dark with it and being like, okay, let's see. But the people who are like, are they making steps in the right direction? Absolutely. I think Omar Barado was a terrific appointment. The way we did it, fantastic. We got Jason Wilcox in today as a technical director, terrific. We're looking at Dan Ashworth as a director of football. We've targeted him. Well, that's all well and cool.
Then they're going to do all of this and say Ten Hag.
Props.
What place do you want, Ten Hag?
Exactly. I do not know.
No
that's all I'm
way.
saying.
But at the same time, though, Flawless.
That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying they will or won't keep him. I'm saying I don't know. Hey, I trust people to be themselves. I trust people to be stupid. I have no previous evidence to go off.
In saying that, though, Flawless, even if let's say obviously you're doing all of this stuff behind the scenes and that, which is really, really good. And you said obviously you like that stuff, cool.
Yes.
But would you be surprised though if they then said, all right, we've gotten all the pieces behind closed doors, let's now give Ten Hag the proper chance that he probably should have been given when he first joined, and then let's see how he would do moving forward. Like I feel like that wouldn't surprise me if you did that.
You know what the crazy part is? Blacks, before you go, I can see that as a possibility.
Yeah, I can see that as well.
And you know why? Wait. You know why? Because if you're willing to work with the Glazers, I put nothing past you. If you're willing to
hear that. I hear that.
If we're talking about Manchester United being bad and how awful we are and how awful the setup is, etc., they are the majority reason you sat down and did a deal with them. So therefore, it's not out of the realms of possibility that you sit down and do a deal with Ten Hag.
What option did they have if the Glazers were never going to sell?
Again, don't do the deal at all.
And let the Glazers keep it.
No, there was someone else who was in for Manchester United.
But the Glazers didn't.
Because if he did win if he did win the FA Cup, they might see it as.
If you truly care about Manchester United, like they said they had, we have Manchester. Jim Ratcliffe has said this himself. We want to put the man back in Manchester United, whatever that means. We have Manchester United's best interest at heart. We have Manchester United's best footballing interest at heart. However, let me finish. Having Manchester United's best footballing interest at heart, you can't tell me. I cannot believe that if you are willing to have the Glazers there. I'm sorry.
No, that's fact.
That's all.
Yeah, but you have to think about.
It's from your own self-perspective. My point is, it's a vanity project.
You're right.
Manchester United, cool. I wouldn't do that.
I feel you.
From a percentage perspective, it's possibly not Manchester United's best interest at heart. It's United's best interest at heart with me involved. I think that's where they are coming from, because your best interest in art was to sell it to the Saudi.
Yeah, exactly. So that is the point I'm making. Jim Ratcliffe said himself, we want to put the Manchester back in Manchester United. We have Manchester United's best.
So you're saying he should have just stepped away from the deal, allow the other man to take over.
Yes,
if you
100%. Yes, very blessed G. If you truly care. Well, you don't truly care like I care.
No,
but you're not.
But he cares
like a
billionaire.
No. He cares from a businessman perspective.
No, that's what I'm saying. He cares like a billionaire. That's how you care. You have to be involved.
But again, that's my point. But you're willing to have the people who have messed it up so bad involved, so you can be involved. So why is it out of the realms of possibility that you will keep Ten Hag?
That's crazy. Why make all these moves if you're going to keep Ten Hag?
Because, like people have said,
me and
you have sense. We know he shouldn't stay, but there's people in the chat, and
Let's put context to why he shouldn't stay.
Oh, fam, we know why he shouldn't stay.
No, but there's points that I haven't necessarily seen people touch on. Mm-hmm. A big pointer is a lot of people that want Ten Hag out calls him a fraud, right?
Mm-hmm.
And where this stems from, I think, is the reason you'd call Ten Hag a fraud is because whatever principles you thought he had or he portrayed he had, he clearly does not have them, because he does not play like he like he has these philosophies. You get what I say?
Yeah.
Because you man expected Ajax ball. The problem with that is it's in the name, Ajax ball. You get what I say?
Okay, you're saying, yeah. Hey.
So, in my opinion, whatever manager goes to Ajax, you're playing Ajax ball regardless, because it's not called Ten Hag ball, it's not called Ancelotti ball, it's not called Klopp ball, it's called Ajax ball. It's a staple of the football club in itself.
Agreed.
Now, when you separate the manager that was there, that played Ajax ball, and put him in a different situation, if he does not continue to play Ajax ball, it means that was never his philosophy in the first place. Which means that the reason you signed him was to play this style of football. You're not playing it, then you should then get rid of him. It's as simple as that, whether you think he's good or not. So the reason why Ten Hag needs to be fired is because he is clearly, number one, fraudulent in a lot of ways. So let's take man management as a perspective. Jose was vilified for falling out with players, right? There are a lot of managers that have been vilified for falling out with players. Now, all of a sudden, Ten Hag is being praised for falling out with players. Isn't that a bit suspect? Because the only managers that ever got clout for falling out with players and it stood was Fergie, but Fergie had a power that you could not change. Fergie had a power that at that point in time, there was no player getting power over Fergie. Why? Because he is Fergie. How did Fergie get to be Fergie? He won. He won a lot. You get me? So what has Ten Hag done to actually earn the respect of even the players that he coaches, especially when he coaches them in such a terrible way? From a coaching standpoint, from a managerial standpoint, just a simple management standpoint. Because when you analyze this guy's tenure at Manchester United, you can look at the first season and clearly say it was a fluke. Because clearly at that time, he did not play the system that he's playing now, number one. Number two, he actually used the players for a period of time in a way that he thought would attain him the most success, and he got out of them what he could. Now, when the wool got peeled over everyone's eyes, and a lot of us could actually see that Ten Hag is just shit, and now he's being stubborn and he does not want to revert back to the norm and actually do what's in the best interest of the club. Ten Hag is just doing what Ten Hag wants to do, regardless of what the result is.
And like that's where it stands in regards to what you make valid points. Yeah. All logical signs point to sacking this man.
So, yeah,
I cannot say.
There's nothing you can say.
I agree with you, Lex. The point I'm making is though, and it was back to the original point we talking about rebuild and bringing in Zidane, because that's what G said. Like you're talking hypothetically. Before anyone in the chat says no, United are not getting Zidane, it's not happening. But we're talking hypothetically. The reason why I'm skeptical when people talk about this rebuild, because there's still so much more that needs to go on. Again, have they made steps in the right direction? Yes. I will salute them for that. In particular, Omar Berrado. The manner in which we did it, the caliber, his resume, the fact that it was done so swiftly, all well and good. They've then went and got Jason Wilcox, who's also worked with Berrado before. We're in for Dan Ashworth. Cool. Medical staff fired, like you said. All of these steps sound great. But all it takes is it's on the manager. Two things. One, if they keep Ten Hag, I'm like, you man ain't serious. If they sack Ten Hag and get a manager in who I don't rate, I know you man are not serious. And third thing, actually, I forgot, and what I've mentioned, you mentioned it and touched on in style. The manager we're bringing in should be not dictating the style that Manchester United play.
It should be Manchester United ball, innit?
Yes, we should have already picked one, and then you go and identify a manager who plays whatever style that is. They are three major things I've just mentioned, and I have I go off, you lot know me very well. Yeah, I run bants and jokes. I run off logic and evidence and previous things and current things. I have nothing previously with this regime to say. I look at what they've done so far. Dealing with the Glazers, I don't like them, will never like that. So let's get that. That's in the negative. The positives is Omar Berrado, Jason Wilcox, Dan Ashworth 3, the medical staff 4. All steps in the right direction. We are staircases away. This is the Taj Mahal. We are on the bottom floor. We've made a couple steps. We have so many floors to go up.
I don't 100% agree with that.
So you don't think, what do you disagree with?
I think you're quite a few changes. You're not as many changes away from actually seeing the success that you want to see. In terms of just progress, really. You get what I say? Because look, in contrast to last season and this season, yes, you've gotten worse. You've clearly gotten worse based on the acquisitions that you've had, right? Ten Hag has made this team worse, undoubtedly. Because all the players that you got rid of are actually better than the players that you got in. No. And the ones that you kept. Now, when I look at this football team, right, I just think you've been about 5 players, you get in about 5, and you change your manager, and you establish a system.
Yeah, but even before that, I want us again. This is another thing that's on no more, and this we spoke about in regards to the style. No more clean slates for the players. I want before the manager even gets in. I want. This is what I'm saying. I want the CEO, COO, director of football, head of scouts, everybody, all the main people sat down and going, all right, this is the style we are going to play. These players fit it. These players don't. So even if it's players who fit it, who are not at a certain level, well, they're good enough to play it to an extent. Do I trust them to do all of the things I've mentioned, even though it's simple? No, I don't. Something in me, and again, people, that's not based off anything logical. That's just gut. That's just my gut feeling. My gut instinct is, and I've said this from the jump. Anyone who's watched me for long enough, from when Ineos got it, do I believe anything changes? No. So when people start talking about the manager and start talking about rebuild, I have my doubts over this rebuild and have done from the jump. And I still have doubts over this rebuild, even though they have done good things. Because I'm not stuck in the way. I have major doubts.
No, because I think just from a business perspective, any decisions that you have to make come with a measure of risk. So there will be a lot of risk. The question that you would have to ask then is, when these mistakes are made, how quickly will you fix them? Yes. Because Ten Hag was a mistake. And even if you realize that it was a really, really a mistake halfway through the season, that is when you should have binned him. Because holding on to him, like for instance, in my opinion, Arteta was a mistake. I don't care what anybody says. And he has been a mistake all this time. Why? And because of where they want to go.
Let me tell you is, I don't want to get, because when people talk about, and the reason why I want the quality manager now, I don't want to get stuck where Arsenal are at, in regards to you bringing a manager who's good to a certain point and improves,
and then throwing a bunch of PR behind him to make everybody suck him off.
And then you get stuck, because that's where Arsenal are at. Because people, I've had people say it to me in the chat, "Oh, you hating on Arsenal? Would you like Arteta?" And I'm like, "What has Arteta done at Arsenal?"
Flawless. You do realize what Arsenal have done, right? They have fleeced their fan base into thinking that they have a wonderful team, into thinking that they have a wonderful manager that can compete with the best managers and the best teams in the world and actually win the best trophies available. They have literally wheeled out a PR campaign for these men that is so beautiful that the fan base is divided, and based on what I've seen online, it is divided to the Arteta ins, to the trust the process people.
Yes. And I don't want to become that.
That's
crazy, why I have my doubts, because that's why I want the quality manager now. And that's another thing. The things I'm asking for.
Oh, I understand what you're saying. So you want the quality manager now because the club needs to do everything right now that it needs to do to fit the manager. So what you're essentially saying is, fuck this process shit. Get Zidane, and if Zidane say, I want a replica of Gareth Bale, I want a replica of Cristiano, I want a replica of myself, go clone them and put them in the team.
I'm not saying myself, you know.
like legit, that is it. Like Zidane at 50 odd now still gets in our midfield. He's better than Bruno now. So if he wants to be playing manager,
the flipping machine, scan them and just roll them out.
And that's the point I'm making, because I don't want to get, because this is another thing.
I understand what you're saying.
I was thinking about this with this project and process. Who the hell has it worked for?
Yeah, like man have no time for watch these ballers grow into what they need to become.
Yeah. Figure out who did it work for? That again,
but you don't want to. No, but flawless.
But flawless.
Go on. No, I was gonna say you don't want to get yourself into a situation, because I hear you. I agree with you. Obviously, Zidane. Obviously, maybe he was the wrong person.
You might get in a Conte situation.
Yeah, like I almost feel like you don't want to rush this process because remember, you're basically rebuilding the whole
That's
gaff.
the PR. Yo,
You
you
get
have
what I'm
to
trying to say?
That's
So,
the PR
I hear
spin.
you. I
like,
hear
Don't rush
you.
the process.
I hear you.
put,
It's
yeah,
literally the
putting
PR
yourself
spin.
putting yourself in a position whereby you rush the process. Now you've rushed the process. You've got Zidane in. If Zidane doesn't work, brother, where do you even go from there? Like,
Okay, that's
then
where
you're
it is.
just back to square one.
That's where it is. You shouldn't be back to square one because
You
the
touch on a good
everything
point.
before you get to Zidane, everything should have been in place. So if Zidane leaves, Zidane, the whole thing doesn't go with him. That's where the issue should have. Like when Gil and Fergie left, everything went with them.
Yeah,
We
because
Yeah,
had-
that was the problem. Yeah, that was a
before-
major problem.
because your identity wasn't Manchester United. Your
No,
identity was Fergie.
Fergie, and when Fergie and Gil left,
Yeah.
that's when
And
Fergie
that,
those
and that
two
is
left, so obviously Gil did a lot behind the scenes, and that's where it is. So it shouldn't be. I'm not saying go get Zidane and then build everything around Zidane and everything Zidane wants. No. As great as Zidane is, legend, one of my favorite players of all time, you are an employee of the football club, not the employer.
Yeah.
We dictate to you. That's what it should be. Not only for manager,
you're right,
coach,
Flawless.
playing stuff. It's
You're
that
right,
you the
because-
employer. So
yeah,
whatever the
okay.
style is. So let's say whatever
Yeah.
the style is, and it's like, okay, then you go and approach, let's say it's Zidane, or go and approach whoever and go get them in.
Flawless. Think
'Cause
about it like this.
Process and project is who did it? Someone again, let me know in the chat. Who did it work for?
Think about it like this, Flawless.
Who did what work for them?
Let
A
us say
process or a project?
Well, no, it has worked, but think
Who-
about it like this. No,
Well,
but
no. Who's the
it
name the
depends
team?
on what the project consists
Okay,
of.
winning trophies.
Yes, winning trophies. So
Winning
let's
major
look at it. Let's look at it like this. Let's
Go on.
look at when City started, all right?
Mhm.
When City got taken over, it never took long for them to start winning trophies, right?
No, and they were
But
major
what happened was, major trophies. But what happened was, they got. So, for instance, let's say you consider a manager like De Zerbi. In my opinion, I think the potential for De Zerbi would get it to another level that you're currently not at.
Yeah, I agree.
So it would be like a Mancini type thing, not necessarily to win leagues like
Carry on.
Mancini, but it
Carry on,
would
I'm listening, fam.
a Mancini, a Pellegrini, whoever else went there, and then Pep, where Pep is so astronomically great that Man City have now achieved the success with Pep, but before that they were still winning leagues. You get what I say?
Yeah.
They were still winning league titles and so on and so forth. They just weren't doing it to the level of Pep. But City had created a foundation that whoever the manager that came in, once they were at a specific level. So, for instance, say you want a A minus class level, you want to start there and go up. You're muted, Flawless.
Don't get mistaken when people hear me it's like and say it like, yes, I want all the pieces in place before the manager. Who the manager is should be the last.
Because that's what City did. Because whoever came in, you had investments of the past. You had the Aguero, you had the this baller, you had the that baller, you had all of these ballers there. So when this man dropped, maybe just a 1 and 2 changes because you already had a functioning spine.
Yeah. That's why I'm not like with this whole process. Like I forgot the bar Adam said, but process and project alleviates everyone of responsibility to me.
That's true.
Because there's no end goal. No one ever said. People say process and project, but never say the goal is this. All right, the goal is to do this by season 1. The goal is the goals to do this by season 1. Goals by this season 2. This is the goal. It's just a we finished second. That's a part of the process. We finished third. Part of the process. We finished 4th 2 seasons in a row. Part of the process. Part of the project. Someone tell me what's Arsenal's goals. Arteta been in that project and that process for the longest. What is the goals?
That's literally their goals. It's clear. It has been clear for years. It's literally top 4.
Again, to the club, but some fans, shout out to like a League Gunner, Northside, etc. troops, they want more than that. They ain't happy with just top 4.
Yeah, but they're the fans that the club are trying to get rid of, actually.
Exactly. And that's what I'm really once you start hearing and I hear what you're saying, and once you start hearing words like rebuild and process and project, I want that nowhere near Manchester United.
Yeah.
Rebuild in regards to off the pitch, 110%.
I agree with you, even from the perspective of my club, and that is why I think getting Edwards back was was a good decision, because here's what I think went wrong with Liverpool. Klopp came in and he was given players. And then over time, after winning, he started to establish his identity upon the club. And then he started bringing in players. He had a bigger influence on bringing in players. And I think that's where the downfall began. Because after he came in, we got Salah in, and, you know, we established a core there, right? But then after that, when you look at a lot of the signings that were potential, that had potential, you start to realize that most of them flopped. And then when you think about it, a lot of these signings, i.e. Darwin Núñez, all we did was play these man 1 game or 2 games, and then Klopp was smiling on the sideline. And when you look at it, the sum of these men are here. Minamino, Keita, all of these men. Oxlade-Chamberlain, all of these men. Oxlade-Chamberlain, just before we bought him, like, I think scored a long-range effort against us, and then these men was like, oh my God, boom, summer, Oxlade-Chamberlain is here, oh my God.
Okay.
And that is where you kind of saw a shift in the process. And I somewhat think, because if you look at the situation, just hypothetically, and this might be conspiratorial, right? But if you look at the situation, Edwards left. Klopp said, I'm leaving. Edwards came back. Isn't there somewhat of
that makes sense.
Because to me, that kind of seemed a little bit edgy. It seemed as if, well, bro, I can't bother with this. Why do I have this job in the first place? I don't have enough control. Fuck it, I'm going. And then Klopp left, and he said, wait, Klopp's leaving. They called me back, yo, you're going to have to give me a bigger role now. Because, I mean...
Yeah, he wants a bigger role? Yeah.
I've done so much for you guys. Up the pay, give me a bigger role, or I'm not coming. And they were forced to do it because because the chess moves, the chess pieces changed. Because maybe the club was saying, oh, we have Klopp, we don't need you. And bins him. And then Klopp decided, no, fuck this, I'm leaving. And then the club was like, oh shit, we have to go get him back. Because you had to go get him back, because he was not the only one to leave. There's other man leaving. There's like 3-4 men that were in charge of making decisions for the club that are leaving. So it's just a case where, like, it's just a ripple effect. I'm just glad he came back, because I think, I don't know definitively, but based on what I've seen, I don't necessarily think the relationship was good, and I hope he can have a better relationship with the manager coming in, and I hope it can stay like that for a prolonged period of time, because I think that is what will actually give us success.
No, that makes sense, and that's why I'm just super skeptical. So in regards to go on, G. So what are you going to say?
I was going to even just to continue on to what Lex is saying there about the Edwards thing. I think even with the whole Edwards, Klopp, whatever, we don't know what really happened. Obviously, we're just speculating.
Speculation,
but everything you said, I kind of agree with anyway. But I think what the most important thing is going to be isn't necessarily, obviously, the relationship has to be good because you're all in a workplace. It's got to be somewhat cordial at least. But I think it's going to be more that the new manager comes in, and he's going to need to understand that this is going to be more on Edwards' terms, i.e., my decisions, or in terms of transfers and how we do the transfers and stuff like that, as opposed to Klopp having too much of a big say as he was having.
It depends, because I think there needs to be a balance.
Oh yeah, no, 100%.
But I think the majority of the stake has to go with the person with the better track record, which probably would be Edwards.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. This is why I say it's going to be more on his terms.
I think for some reason that Edwards, his intelligence does not necessarily need communication with the manager. I think he can analyze based on a stylistic profile that this is how the manager wants to play, and he can literally scout and get players that do this. You get what I say?
Yeah.
So I think, but what I also think is, obviously, you don't want it to be a case where the manager don't get anything that he want.
No, of course.
If the manager can show a track record of actually bringing players with him that are actually good, you get me? Because say, for instance, at the time when Klopp wanted Julian Brandt, but they gave him Mo Salah instead. Now, in hindsight, we look at that and say, "Oh, this was wonderful, right?" Yeah. And it's not to say that Julian Brandt would be a flop. It's just that Mo Salah is flipping Mo Salah. And Mo Salah became Mo Salah when we couldn't see that potential in Mo Salah.
Yeah.
And then that would then say to you, wow, this was a wonderful find. Someone with the brain capacity put Klopp and then put Salah and put them together in a room before all these deals were done and said, this will work. And then he went and did it.
And again, you know what that clarifies? That shows the system working around. I mean, at Liverpool type of thing. So I get what you're saying.
But then, Flawless, it doesn't actually conform to what you want, because what you want is a consistent flow where your team is bringing in managers that suit the style of play of the club. Right? Am I right?
Yeah, absolutely.
For us, I'm thinking every manager that we bring in based on their style of play, it might be similar to Klopp or it might be similar in a way, but I don't really think Amorim's style is.
But that's cool. And that's where I think you lot are going wrong if you go and get Amorim. To me, you should have went and got, I don't know about Amorim's style, but from what I get told, it's different to Klopp's. You go get someone similar. Because that's the reason why we have all the issues is because
that's what I said, bro.
We brought managers in who all play different, so we have different players. I want the continuity. Pick a style and go with it.
But look, Flawless. Flawless. You have players in your team that you could literally get managers and select a certain set of players out of your team and play that particular style, you can actually switch the style and select a different manager and still have some success. You get me? You probably would have a big couple player here or there. You get me? So in each scenario.
That's if we do that, but you know where Liverpool and City get leeway with that? You might have had success.
We've had success, yeah.
That's where the leeway. You know what buys you time with me? Success. If Manchester United do this, let's say we go get the Zerbi, which I'm not like 100 and I've scratched that. Potter, because I don't want Potter. If we go get Potter and it works much better than I expected, the next manager, even if I don't want him, I'm gonna shut up. You know why? Because you man got it right when I got it wrong. Fergie used to do that. In particular, when I'm watching matches in the Fergie era and he picked a system I didn't like, or he'd have a certain individual. He'd have a certain individual I didn't like out there, or individuals or certain team.
Yeah.
When I got to a certain age, that's when I was younger and I was much more like Ryan, much more emotionally invested and not looking at it logically. As I got older, I just started shutting up because more often than not, you got it right. It worked.
And that was it. It's just a case where look at the match against Chelsea when you guys played Chelsea under Jose, and Jose literally said under Herrera, just mark Eden Hazard out of the game. It's like sometimes these managers just do stuff like that no one could actually see. So it's just a case to me. All right, with the whole Amorim thing, and this would be my final point. The reason I wouldn't say I'm 100% on board. It's just that I cannot see a manager that could replicate Klopp's system the way he has.
Yeah. But like you already mentioned what it is. It's not replicating it directly. It's using the look at it and go, all right, who's kind of close.
Yeah, you don't want someone to replicate directly.
No. But Flawless, using the little nuance, Klopp's system is really, if you think about it, it's really, he's the only one that has perfected it to the point that it has been perfected.
That's cool. So you try and go and get the next one and a slight change to it. The same way we've watched Pep in this league, the same way we've watched Pep at City. He don't play the same way each and every time. This City side and the City side from last season are not the same as his first 2-3. Like we can see where he switched up and even though the principles were the same. Now he's playing with 4 centre backs. Before it was 2 centre backs and he's playing 2 full and he's playing actual fullback.
That is what I won't say I want that exactly, but I want a manager that can actually change things up when he's been found out.
Yeah, and that's cool.
Yeah, man. That's what I need. Yeah, that's what I need.
For a long period of time, Klopp has been found out and he has not changed anything.
I hear that.
Or anything substantial.
Let them know where they can find you, what you got coming up, all that good stuff. Big up to everyone that's tapped in because we had well over 100 in here for the entire show. So salute to you. Yeah, GSG. Let them know.
Yeah, man. Guys, obviously, as Flawless always asks and says, smash the like button. Are you not entertained? Catch me on GTV. I'll be probably going live tomorrow morning. Just a little bit of Liverpool news. Won't be a long one. Just kind of chilled out. A bit of news in regards to transfers or managers and stuff like that. So I'll be going live tomorrow morning 10:30, and then I will have my Football Manager series episode, I think 5 now. Yeah, putting that out sometime in the evening after the Premier League games and stuff like that. So yeah, just catch me on GTV, and of course catch me here back on Sarcasm City TV.
Every week you catch G. Yeah, big up to G, big up Lex, big up Ryan, big up Hassam, big up Tom as well. Big up to everyone who's currently tuned in. Run up the likes, hit the subscribe button. Don't forget we are available on all audio platforms. All the live streams you see on the YouTube channel, apart from watch-alongs, are available on audio-only platforms. Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud. Spotify, please 5-star us and leave us a review. Just type in Sarcasm City TV. Same with iTunes as well. Same with SoundCloud. Please hit us with the follow. We're back live, people, in about half an hour, people. We're live on the playback. The final playing game, people. New Orleans Pelicans versus the Sacramento Kings. Final playing game for the 8th seed. Yeah, it's for the 8th seed. Remember, because the Kings...
Lakers make it?
Yeah, the Lakers beat the Pelicans.
So
for the 7-8.
Okay.
Remember, 7-8 was Lakers Pelicans, and the Lakers beat the Pelicans.
So hold on, they're going to play the 2nd seed?
Yeah, they play the Nuggets, so they out. They play the Nuggets. Yeah.
Okay, first of all, let's just give them a chance, first and foremost.
Yeah, all right. Sorry.
Kind of chance, my G?
Gentlemen's G, my bad. Gentlemen's. You know what I'm saying? 4-1 probably. So yeah, Pelicans, Pelicans, Kings, people, live on the Sarcasm City TV playback. Then later on today, we back over on the playback again for the FA Cup semi-final. Chelsea versus Manchester City will be there for that. And following that, we'll do the vast majority of the Arsenal Wolves game, because then at 8:30 p.m. it is the Phoenix Suns versus Minnesota Timberwolves, or Timberwolves versus Suns, I should say. That is game 1. Then following that, we'll be back live on here on the YouTube channel for the Manchester United Chelsea Spurs show, people. Manchester United Chelsea Spurs show. And then following that, we back on the playback for, I believe it is, yes, the game we just spoke about. Nuggets Lakers, people. Denver Nuggets, LA Lakers. I think it's 2:30 a.m. UK time. Boom. And following that, the Sunday, we're back here, unfortunately, for the other FA Cup semi-final, Coventry City versus Manchester United. We will be in the building for that. Then Lex will be back with myself and Kaneki as well. Yardman edition, Premier League podcast / FA Cup. So we'll be discussing all things then. And then there is a late game, OKC versus the winner of today's game, people. That'll be Sunday night, 2:30 a.m. So it'll be the Oklahoma City Thunder versus either the Pelicans or the Kings, whoever wins tonight. Warriors got beat by the Kings in the 9-10 game. Okay, so Kings won the 9-10 game, and Lakers won the 7-8 game. So obviously the loser of 7-8 plays the winner of 9-10. And I ended up being the Pelicans and the Kings. So yeah, people. And then following that, the rest that I've not updated it yet, but that's your Saturday. That's your weekend stacked, people. And you know what the crazy thing is? There's probably some shit I've forgotten. So yeah, man, big up to you lot. Check out the schedules on both. Let me make sure I get. Hey, Don C, don't worry, man. I've not forgot you as well. He says, who would you guys want as manager next season? I think he's talking Liverpool. So we'll go to you, Lex. Who would you actually want as the manager before we close out? Big up to Don C for the super chat.
Yo, look, I'm not 100% in for Amorim, but I'm intrigued as to how his tactics will translate in the Premier League, and I think we at least have a season of grief to see how that will happen, and then second season, if he gets found out, then bin him. If he gets found out for like the first couple and then he makes changes, tweak the system here, this and that, blah blah blah, then we'll see where we go from there. But realistically, I'm just going to work with the Amorim thing because I don't want Nagelsmann. I wouldn't mind De Zerbi, but I don't think our team, we cannot do a De Zerbi right now. It would be a full overhaul. Based on my analysis of Amorim's system, there are a lot of players that we could fit into his system, and we just need to add a few more. It wouldn't have to be a full rebuild. Mm-hmm. But for De Zerbi, yeah, it'd be a mad thing.
There you go. So yeah, people, before we close out, let me know who's live in the chat as well. People will redirect to someone before I see you lot on the playback. G, who would you want as manager next season?
De Zerbi, man. De Zerbi. I've said it 100 times. De Zerbi every day of the week. Like, I saw the chart that they I remember Melissa Reddy putting it out a while back. He was up there with other coaches, by the way. There was other coaches there too. He wasn't the top one, but he was in the top like 3 or 4, no, fourth, I think it was fourth in terms of similar style to Klopp. So when I saw that, I was like, no brainer. You take that type of person, because then you just, as we're talking about here, that's continuity right there. Literally, that's the continuity that you need, as opposed to Amorim. Yeah, it was like the other manager was from Germany, and there was another 2 managers, but I can't remember who it was. I'll have another look and check.
Similar style to Klopp.
Yeah, similar style. Yeah, like he was 4th. I'll literally, if I can find it right this second whilst I'm talking, I'll literally send it.
I watched both teams play.
We'll be redirected.
No. But if you watch them play,
live as well, people. Yeah, go on, G. Go on.
Yeah, if you watch them play, you will notice he is very, very similar. They play not exactly the same. Fast pace, pressing. Wants to get the ball forward.
Our players
no. Don't be fooled.
But the accuracy of pass. We need good passers in the team to do.
No, but that's but then that's the point though. That's what I'm saying. That's the point. Is that we have that already. The problem is we're playing with a team.
You think so? With all of the misplaced passes we play.
Remember, we're playing in a team. We're playing with a team with a manager whose style of football is to go direct. So when it's to go so direct, so quickly at any given opportunity, we're not even seeing or allowing for these players to be even able to do any of that. That's the problem. That is literally the problem. And when people say, like, I see the comments say suicide football and blah, blah, blah. Again, it's not like I'm watching anybody else and I'm thinking, hey, you know what? Yeah, that's the style of football I want to see my club kind of play or anything. Nah, there isn't. Like,
I'm gonna read that.
There isn't really anybody else that I'm looking at and I'm saying to myself, because when I watch his football, I'm like, bro, there's a reason why you have Pep Guardiola and Jurgen Klopp both say that this guy is a genius, that he is a fantastic manager, because they literally can see he's the type of manager that you give him the right players, bearing in mind the players that he's lost this summer, the players that he's had injured for basically the majority of the season and throughout the season, and he's still able to put in crazy performances.
Hey, before you carry on, save this the next week. This is therefore we've been here. I'm trying to cut out before 3 hours, people. You know what I'm saying? So look to everyone that's locked in. We'll be back. Big up G, big up Lex, because we could be here for another 3 hours. Salute to all of you locked in. Like I said, catch you on the playback, people, in about 20 minutes. But salute. This has been the Manchester United Liverpool show live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Thank you very much for tuning in. We are redirecting to Beige and Reds TV. So as always, you don't know, 16/10 is the raid. That's how we raid. That is our signature, people. 16/10 raid. Big up. Salute.
Peace.